We all know that voice ride. Howdy. How y'all doing? Good, I hope. Back, how long's it been? 3 hours later? 4? 3? I don't even know. How long have I been gone? 4. I think it's been 4. It's been 4 hours, yeah. Enough time to relax, have some food. I watched 2 episodes of Assassination Classroom, which I haven't seen before, and was immediately disappointed. Immediately, just completely disinterested. As you can see, I'm no longer wearing my Biden shirt. I'm sorry. It's in the wash right now. Sorry. 2 streams in a row of me watching that, wearing that is enough. You can wear shirts twice. Here's the way it works. You can wear underwear once. This is assuming regular use. Not, by the way, not like crazy use, okay? You can wear underwear once. You can wear shirts twice. You can wear sweatpants 2 to 3 times. Shorts and jeans, as long as you're just wearing it inside, 4, 5 times. And, of course, with jackets, you can wear jackets for a pretty long time, you know, like, I think that unless you're, like, getting really dirty, you can wear a jacket for, like, a month without needing to wash it. Socks? Well, of course, socks once. Yeah. No, I think you should wash sweatpants fairly often. They're sweatpants. You can sweat in them. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Condoms? You can reuse condoms. What if you flip the underwear? No, not likely. What do we got here? James O'Keefe, huh? Election fraud update. Project Veritas to release bombshell whistleblower story in Michigan tonight. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Project Veritas video was a coordinated disinfo campaign with regards to Ilhan Omar. Subject to Project Veritas voter fraud story says he was offered bribe. Yes, true. True. And here's some info in Georgia. Expect a late night. Fulton County, a Democratic stronghold that encompasses Atlanta, plans to report a whole batch of votes between midnight and 3 a.m. ET, or midnight PST. Right now, 93% of precincts have been reported in Fulton, and Biden is up in the county 72 to 27. Trump is winning GA by 39,000 votes. Wow. Holy shit. If those remaining votes hold true to that bias in favor of Biden, 72 to 27, that's going to be enough to overtake Trump's lead in Georgia. But that's going to be down to, like, an incredibly narrow margin. I misspelled guaranteed. Oh, dear. I typed that out pretty quickly. Oh, whoops. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. There we go. There we go. I feel like people misspell guaranteed pretty often. I feel like that's a pretty common one, you know? I'm okay with this. I'm all right with that. Folks, how are we doing? Biden doing well in Pennsylvania right now? Yeah, let's keep up with the info. Whoo, baby. Biden has won the last 600,000 ballots counted in Pennsylvania by 40 points, which is much bigger than the 22-point margin he needs the rest of the way out. Oh, shit! Damn! Could Arizona flip? I'm still confident about Arizona, man. I'm still confident about Arizona. Wait, correction. He won those ballots by around 50 points, not 40. Oh, shit. Fuck, we're gonna get Pennsylvania. We're gonna get Pennsylvania, baby. We're gonna get it. It's not going to be a down to the fucking neck and wire. I mean, it's still closer than it needs to or should be, but it's not going to be that close. I heard some states can have their electors vote opposite so Trump wins, like PA. I don't think that's currently that much of a threat. I'm still an Arizona doomer. If we win PA, it doesn't matter if we lose Arizona and Nevada. If we win PA, it doesn't matter if we lose both of those. The Red Mirage happened and everyone doomered for like 8 hours. We said this was going to happen. Pennsylvania votes are going to be trickling in for days, unfortunately. We're not going to have a very, very solid understanding for a while. Representative Connor Lamb, Democrat, just took the lead with more mail ballots counted in PA 17 and appears headed for a closer than expected re-election. Nice. Delighted to hear that. Fuck yeah. Poggers. Next to each other, Cody Johnson and Hassan both called me out. Oh, no. What's happening? All right. Let's hear it. This is not a call out.
Lib take, grifter. Strike for Vosh. Man, you like Vosh, dude. You can't fucking call me a lip take. Vosh has been riding with Biden way more than I have. For like a really long time, too. You don't get to fucking say lip take if you're simping for Vosh. Get out of here.
True. True.
Lib take.
True. Anarcho-Bidenism, a powerful... This isn't beef, guys. Powerful and overriding ideology. What can I say? Oh, speaking of power, do you see anything different in my background? Look, I took longer than I should have getting this damn thing. We're nearly at 3 times the subscriber count that we needed to be to get it, but feels pretty nice too. Pretty sweet, huh? Feels really nice and weighty. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, you guys can see yourselves. Wait. Can I angle this? There you go. Guys, look. You guys are the real winners. There you go. 100,000 subscribers, of which, how many are here? Ballparking at 12,000. Nice and cheesy, baby. Now let's get one of those, let's see if we can't get one of those million sub plaques in 2021. How sick would that be, huh? Admittedly, it's not likely. That's a lot, but maybe? Do they send a letter with it? Yeah, they do. But it's a template letter. It's not like yeah. What should I draw while I watch you stream? You should draw President Joseph R. Biden. That's what you should draw. I'll draw President Biden. Right now, I'll do it. Actually, it's likely you'll get at least 500,000 within 2021. Not enough. Not enough, people. Not enough. 500,000? What is this? The fucking baby leagues? 500,000. Baby leagues, people. Absolute baby leagues. Who else in BreadTube has 1 million subs? Just ContraPoints. I want to be the second BreadTuber to hit 1 million subs. It'll just be Contra and I. That'll be that. How fun would that be, huh? Are you unbanned from Twitch now? Why would you ask me that question and reopen old wounds? Why would you do that to me? Let's take a look at Georgia. Why would you do that to me? The coping in 4chan? Yeah, we'll be taking a look at 4chan shortly. And by taking a look at, I mean, I'll look at it separately on my other monitor because I don't want you guys to, I don't want my YouTube account to get yoinked. Already lost my Twitch, yeah. Yeah, David Pac-Man is 1 mil, but David Pac-Man's not in like BreadTube. Should I play Hollow Knight? Yes, Hollow Knight is phenomenal. No, there's nothing on my nose. It is a scratch from my cat. Thank you. Georgia. Oh, we're within 1 percentage point. Fuck me, dude. Okay. We are, how many votes away are we? We are, that's about 6,000, 43,000, 7,000, 27, 30. We're about 30, yeah, about 33, 34,000 away. 30, yeah. Wait. Yeah, 33. 33,000 away. Okay, let's do some quick math. Okay. If it's 33,000 away, we need to check how many remaining votes there are in total. 2% left. Let's say that 2%, that's 2% of 2.8 million. So 2.8 times 0.02 equals about 56,000. Actually, it's 95% reporting per AP. Well, we're using AP's numbers right here, and it says 98, so let's stick with the math, okay? 100K left last time I checked. Wait, do we... then why would it say 98? Listen, let's just stick with the math right here, okay? If there are 56,000 votes remaining, Joe Biden is going to need to catch up. The math is wrong. Fine. Okay, let's say there's 100,000. Shit, fucking. Okay. Jesus. Wait. Oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. I said 2.8 instead of 4. I'm gonna kill myself. You guys really shouldn't come to me for election or math advice. Okay, 100,000. Okay, 100,000, and there is a 33,000 lead in favor of Donald Trump, which means the results will need to favor Joe Biden by about 35,000. Okay. Now, this stuff is coming from Atlanta, right? Are there any counties other than the Atlanta area that are reporting that still have votes to count? So it's really just what remains of the Atlanta area. Savannah and Columbus? Do we have the counties, the specific counties? Well, let's take a look. That means if we need a 35,000 lead, then the outcome we would be looking for would be about 66,000 to 3,000. Or 66,000 to 30,000. That would be the ratio that we would want, more or less. And 66,000 to 30,000 would mean about, let's see, that would mean we would need about 68% of the remaining votes to go to Joe Biden. That's it. 68% of the remaining votes from Georgia would need to go to Joe Biden. And that's doable, depending on which counties are left to report, but it's going to be down to the fucking razor tight margins. What about Ossoff? It looks like we're getting a runoff, aren't we? We might. Yeah, if those results are even close to being accurate. Look, if Purdue gets less than 50% of the total vote, it goes to runoff. We'll be triggering 2 runoff elections for both of the Senate seats. Here. New York Times gives us more detailed information here. Give me the fucking... Give me! Thank you. Okay, New York Times has it at 95%. Oh, man. If it actually is 95%, then this could go even better, potentially. All right, let's take a look at what remains to be counted. We're going to look at it county by county, and we're just going to guesstimate, okay? First of all, we're going to take a look at all the fucking red counties, okay? 92, 98, 98, 99, 94. I saw an 87 here. 82 is the lowest I'm seeing. Most of these are fully counted or close to it. This one, Dodge County, only 71%, but it has like 10,000 people in the county, so whatever. This whole area looks like it's been pretty well counted. The 80. Okay. Savannah is at 87%, with about 100,000 people, 110,000 people currently there. Liberty County is accounted for. Richmond County, 86%. These counties look like they're more or less accounted for the most part. Columbus, 89%. In the Atlanta area, this is where most of the people are. It looks like it's ranging between 94 and 97%. There's actually room for a blue Georgia here. There's actually room for it. I actually can't believe it. There's room for it. Bibb County. Bibb County. Why would you... Bibb County? Fuck is a Bibb County? There's Clark County. There's like a million counties here. You think I'm just going to chance upon that? Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to like parse it out. I mean... I did? Uh-oh. Oh, it's the Macon. 85% then. Gotcha. Okay, that could be a lot. Hold on. We've got more information. Macon. Sorry, I forgot.
The officials accountable for not fixing this. This is something that's
the arrest and release, like tag and release type thing, but you know, we'll deal with this because we have to have a response. We have to have a community response. This is unacceptable. So we will.
Fucking NA democracy, dude. Can you imagine believing America is a democracy when people have to go out there and protest and clash with police in order to counter-protest the simps for the president who are saying that they should stop the vote? This is some NA shit right here. This is quintessentially American, okay? What are they protesting for? These people are insisting that they continue counting the vote. You know how I can tell? You know how I can tell immediately that these are the anti-Trump rallies? Because I see people of color. I see young people. It's not just a bunch of stuffy fucking suburbanite Mayo people. Oh yeah, masks too. Masks too. There are a lot of characteristics. You can actually pretty immediately visually distinguish. Oh yeah, I don't see red anywhere except for this fucking guy. This fucking guy right here, this piece of shit, he knows what he's doing. This motherfucker, this guy right here. You think you're triggering the libs?
Leave! Let us 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 leave!
Are they saying let us lead or let us leave? Do they want to leave? Or let us leave? Let us leave.
Let us leave!
Let us leave.
Tell Jacob Fry that you suck! Tell Jacob Fry what? He's a poo-poo
Yeah. True. True. Also, you want to know my hot take? You know the real way? The real way you can tell it's not a Trump rally? There are hot people in the crowd. I'm sorry. I said it. I'm sorry. Call me out. Call me out. It's true, though. It's true. It's true. Sorry. It's true. This is a little bit of a departure now, but I do love it when... Listen, I've always been a fan of beauty of diversity, okay? I get bored looking at like media representation and like everyone just looks like one guy. Tell you what, mainstream video games, every fucking male protagonist is like a grizzly muscular guy with like stubble and like the same swoop hair, you know, and it's all the same. They all look the same. It's real boring, okay? And when the right says like we've got the hottest ladies, and then they show a collage picture of like 87 identical white blonde women with straight hair who have all been like Fox newscasters who get retired after 2 years, the first nanosecond their skin gets even a little bit fucking wrinkly. That shit's so fucking funny to me. Yeah, the fucking trophy wife squad. But man, whenever you see like anti-fascist protesters or anything even remotely left-leaning, you know, there are so many types of people there. Like there, you know, so much diversity with presentation and fashion and all that stuff. It's awesome, you know. You aren't understanding the severity of the situation. Oh, listen. You're right. I'm sorry for talking about hot people. Okay. Please look at these Georgia stats. Presidential spiritual advisor is going off. Let me see. Georgia mail ballots not counted. Okay. Oh wow, wait. Is this accurate? If this is accurate, this is spectacular. 16,600 not counted here. 31,700 not counted here. Wait, we can do wait, fuck. Go back to all of them being selected, please. Thank you. Wait, we can do math. Hold on. I love math. Hold on, wait. Not all will be returned though. Well, we can do rough math. Hold on. We can take a look at the existing ratio supporting Biden, and we can apply it to the number of votes that haven't yet been counted. So, for example, in Fulton County, right here, it went 72% Biden, meaning that we can expect of the 31,000 votes remaining, about 72% of them, ballparking it, are going to be voting for Biden. Look at some of these. Mail ballots not counted, 1. 16, 13, 128. But then you go over here, 16,636. About 3,000, 5,000, 6,000. Fuck me, dude. It's actually possible. It's actually possible. Yeah, just count the last one. What are you doing? So we would want Biden to get about 65,000 votes, right? Of the remaining 100 or so thousand that we're looking at. Well, let's ballpark it, okay? It looks like the average support here for Biden is about 70%. This is very, very, very rough math. So we have 32,000 plus 7, that's 39,000 plus 5, that's 44,000 plus 6, that's 50,000 plus 4, that's 54,000, 70% of which would be around 32, 33,000 votes. Then over here you have 16,600. That one went about 60%. It's going to be so tight. I don't think we should be confident about this one, but there's at least a possibility. What about checking Nevada? What information has come out in Nevada? Let me take a look. I'm still seeing 75% reported from Nevada. Do we have anything more? Update, update, update! Update! Major Fulton County, Georgia update 10:05 EST. This is from 15 minutes ago. 23,000 newly counted ballots, 80% of which went to Biden. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, that one feels good. Nevada has stated they won't be releasing any more info tonight. If we win Georgia or Pennsylvania, it's not going to matter. Or, not Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, sorry. It's not going to matter. No, Pennsylvania. Sorry, what the fuck am I saying? I'm sorry. I should eat more. Philadelphia. Jesus. God damn it. Ah, that's hot. Yeah. If we win Georgia but lose Nevada, Arizona, and PA, we only tie. I don't think we're going to lose Arizona. I am positive that you guys have been, like, subject to a fucking disinfo campaign because I genuinely feel that Arizona is very, very, very in the bag. You got to watch the Cope channel stream. Oh, shit. I'm being provided intel. Deep intel. That there's some funny-ass shit. Yeah, I really feel like Arizona is pretty safe. I don't know. I feel like there was some news like, maybe these mail-in votes aren't going to be as Biden as we thought, and people have just fucking run with that. They have just run with that. But we'll see. We will see. Nate Silver is dooming on Arizona. All right, let's take a look at some other dooming.
Strike and 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 strike until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain.
What the fuck is this?
I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory.
Okay, you know what this reminds me of? You know how, like, Christian conservatives will sometimes make fun of other cultures for being, like, savage or barbaric or tribal? And, like, if you've ever talked to, like, racists or race realists, they'll often make fun of, like, they have, like, this, like, like, rain dance Native Americans or, like, black people dancing around a fire in Africa or whatever. Can you explain to me how this is any different from the worst characterizations of other cultures that you hear from, like, white nationalists? Can you explain to me how this is, like, any different? Because when I see shit like, this, like, to me, this is the exact same, like, fucking crazy ass, tribal spiritualism, weirdo shit. The difference is that here it's an industry, which actually makes it much worse, you know? I gotta tell you something, okay? The idea of fucking doing a dance because you think it'll make the rain come, that's sick as shit, okay? But when you've got billions of dollars poured into it and you're doing it in a deliberate effort to try to keep your president from losing an election by stopping the vote count, this is barbaric. This is savage, okay?
The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. For I hear victory, 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 victory in the quarters of heaven. In the quarters of heaven, victory, 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 victory. For
Yeah, see this is uncivilized. See, to me this is very yeah, this is very yeah, it's like, I don't know, lower on the cultural tech tree. I don't know, I'm not feeling it right now.
angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now.
Oh, she got that beat though. Oh shit.
For angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here.
Wait.
In the name of Jesus.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on.
Africa right now. Africans have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here.
Oh.
They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. From Africa.
Wait, is that where angels come from? Do they come from Africa and South America? Are they like missile silos? Like they open up and they fuck? I thought they came from heaven. Do they like walk here? Are they immigrants? I just kind of assumed that American Protestants or like American like crazy fundamentalists assumed that like angels were American citizens or something like that.
From South America, angelic forces, angelic reinforcement, angelic reinforcement, angelic reinforcement.
Wow.
For I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory.
Is this racist?
I hear the sound of victory.
This is extremely racist against white people. Is she Sikh Highling? Okay, yeah.
I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory.
I can explain this to you if you want. No, you don't need to explain this to me. I've read Durkheim. Every culture has something like this, but it has more. There are worse and better manifestations of it. This is religiosity at its like most fundamentally sociological. You get rid of all the stories and all the deities and everything like that, and at the end of the day, all of it is just about chance to make you stop thinking. All the way 100,000 years ago, we were doing the exact same thing. The stories change, but fundamentally, the intent is exactly the same. You get people knocked up with fervor, and you get people to stop thinking, and they just follow along with the noise. That is the fundamental origin of religiosity. You know? This is cult shit. Well, it doesn't matter. That's the base of everything. And it's not just religion, by the way. You do the exact same thing with football games. You know, you do the exact same thing with Colosseum executions. It's the same fundamental principle. You get people to fall into a trance. It's about that trance. The trance is the goal. But it goes on.
With demonic confederacies, we break and divide every demonic confederacy against the election, against America, against that who you have declared to be in the White House. We break it up in the name of Jesus. We lose confusion into every demonic confederacy directed right now at
I thought
this
they
election,
liked the Confederacy.
directed specifically at the 6 states. We come against people that are working at high levels right now with demonic confederacies and secrecies and demonic plans and networks. We break it up and we command that it be exposed right now in the name of Jesus. We break into
God, that's good. God, fuck me, that's good. Jesus Christ. 12K quote tweets. My fucking God, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
strike and strike and strike.
Okay. Is this the Damn. Dude, we need to be, listen, we need to chill out for a second, okay? We need to be kind and decent to the coping MAGA hats, okay? It's going to be a rough couple of years for them, okay? But it's especially right now, okay? They are really going to be going through it, okay? Oh, man. Remember, people don't have a memory past 2016 anymore. Do you remember how when Obama won, there were all those crazy conservative ladies and they got caught on video and pictures freaking out about it and crying about how all their guns were going to be taken away and how America was going to become a satanic nation? Because all that shit happened. 2016 did not invent people coping after the results of an election. Oh, we're gonna get so much of that this fucking time. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking delicious, baby. Oh, everyone get your fucking cameras out, okay? Because we are going to be fucking clicking people into cringe compilations for fucking weeks to come. Jesus Christ, it's going to be delicious. And I am looking forward to it. I am going to jerk off to it. Not, by the way, because I like watching these people suffer. End statement. We're done. That's all I have to say. We're good. No, in all seriousness, I really only dislike them because they want us all dead. They don't want us. They don't want black people to be on the same footing as white people. They don't want us to have proper health care. They don't want us to be liberated from the from the grip of transnational corporations. It's because they're conspiracists. They dislike Jews. They dislike queer people. They dislike trans people. That's why, you know? They could just drop those ideologies. I don't hate anyone in an essentialist sense. That's the fundamental difference right there. There's nothing wrong with hating a person for things that they do or things they believe. It's for things that they are that things get, you know, a little bit dicey. Latest Arizona ballot drop, very good for Trump. He can win the state. Stay tuned. All right, Charlie Kirk. Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's possible he could win Arizona. It's not literally impossible, but read your goddamn donos. As with the previous election coverage streams, we will not be reading every single dono, but I will take a look at them the next time I get a chance. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wait, does this mean we get the shit on liberals again? Yeah, we do. Well, we always have been, kind of. But yes, just wait for the election results to actually, you know, to actually finish. You know, please. Let's wait it out just a little bit more. Trump protesters are at Maricopa, Colorado Election Center right now. Is that so? Who's checking the mail-in votes? I'm a crack! The Sharpie people. And also, who's checking the mail-in votes? I'm a crack! This is what a Trump rally looks like. You can tell there are some differences. There are some fundamental differences. Do you see? You can tell. You see, it all comes down to phrenology. The skull shapes on display here are just not... I'm not impressed, people. I'm sorry. It's just not landing with me, in my medical opinion. Democrats
are checking now. Democrats are checking. Count them votes. Count them votes. Only Democrats. This ain't gonna go away.
Nice fucking meme. Wait, why is this video only 18 seconds long? I could watch that shit for ages. Oh, no, 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 no. Trump lead has collapsed from 600,000 plus at midnight to 184,000 with 12% of the vote outstanding. Pennsylvania will not be close and it is leaning Biden. Well, I mean, again, if we take PA, then all the other states are fucking irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Even if we lost Arizona for some fucking reason, it wouldn't matter. Pennsylvania.
I still stand by thinking that Joe Biden will win, but that there will also be an unprecedented change to the nature of rulership in our presidency.
What is this?
Let me explain. Biden is having eclipses in his first house, seventh house axis. This has happened to every presidential winner going as far back as I've researched. Literally, like Trump in 2016, Clinton, Carter, like it goes fucking back. These eclipses are supercharged indicators. First house of self, it's supercharging identity forward. And this is happening to Senator Harris too. There are other things that affirm this, but this is a big indicator. Along with Senator Harris entering the literal biggest peak period of her entire life, which is not only a peak, but like a very, very impressive one for any human being. Alongside that, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is happening on December 21st into 2020. They meet every 20 years, and now it's a 200-year cycle in...
That's all I can take. Fuck, I kind of wish Trump had won now. Fuck. Oh god, I'm starting to regret my vote. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Sorry, folks, I can't do astrology. You know, in tests that are meant to determine people's propensity for authoritarianism, an affinity for astrology is actually considered to be an authoritarian or fascist characteristic. Because you believe in essentialism. You believe that there are, you know, inherent characteristics about a person that determine their personality. If you're an Aquarius or a Leo or whatever, that fundamentally determines. It's a form of mystical essentialism. In a sense, biological essentialism. That type of essentialist thought is really, really, really common amongst authoritarians and fascists. Also, it's just fake. So, you know. Yeah, psychological prescriptivism, which I'm not great about. Are you scared or nervous about Nevada at all? Not really, no. The remaining votes to be counted are in counties that are largely leaning towards Biden. I'm really not that upset. Bosch, that's one hell of a hot take. No, that's not me. That was the person who made the test. I could find it if I wanted to. Angie Speaks is into it. Well, Angie Speaks probably pretty authoritarian leaning, so. Like the sort of mysticism the Nazi. Yeah, Nazis were very mysticism oriented, you know. What is this? What do we got? Let's go. Let's fucking go.
For the American people to know sooner rather than later. We want the votes to be counted.
But Kaylee, we always have had provisional ballots and military ballots, things that get counted later. The votes have to be in by November 3rd. That was what their state legislature and their court system agreed to, that it had to be postmarked by November 3rd and then counted. So the voting is happening on Election Day. It's just how long it takes to get them counted. 3 days.
In Pennsylvania, they want to extend arrival for 3 days after, and the legislature...
Arrival.
You're right, determines the time, the manner, and the place in which an election happens. And we believe if we go to the Supreme Court on this, we don't even think this will be necessary. Let me start there by saying we're going to win outright. But should those 3 extra days of ballots matter, we believe will prevail at the Supreme Court. But again, we don't think we're getting there because we're going to win by 40,000.
Even if the person voted on voting day, even if they voted on November 3rd in Pennsylvania because they were told that that was okay to do, you're going to toss their ballot out if it doesn't come in until the day after or 2 days after.
No, we believe every vote on Election Day should be counted, but it's those that arrive after the election.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is her brain not functioning? Did she not hear that properly? You realize you're on national TV, lady.
You're going to toss their ballot out on voting day, even if they voted on November 3rd.
Even if they voted on November 3rd.
Pennsylvania because they were told that that was okay to do. You're going to toss their ballot out if it doesn't come in until the day after or 2 days after.
No, we believe every vote on Election Day should be counted, but it's those that arrive after the Election Day that we are fighting in court.
Even if they already voted on November 3rd, which is the postmark.
We're fighting for those that are after November 3rd. We want Election Day ballots to be counted, and we will prevail.
She actually can't answer. She knows she's grifting. She knows for a fact that she's lying. She knows it. She can't acknowledge. Dude, I can't believe it. How far gone does the Republican Party have to be that Fox News is fact-checking them? This is actually fucking insane, dude. This keeps happening over and over again. Fox News isn't radical enough for the Trump administration. The Trump administration's ideologically now led by people like Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. Like far-right, like independent media outlets that disseminate info through places like OAN or YouTube or Facebook. That's like the representative ideologically of the Trump administration. Fox News is now too far left for the Trump administration. This is insane. This is insane. This is actually unfathomable. I mean, I guess this is the timeline that we're in right now. Okay. Fine. Have I seen Trump's tweets? No, actually, because there's a let's see. He hasn't tweeted in 3 hours? That feels uncharacteristic. Detroit absentee ballot counting chaos, blocked windows and observers. Okay. Demands arise for PA Attorney General to step aside. Demands arise. Okay, so nothing. A retweet from something 10 hours ago, a 4 hour ago tweet. Our lawyers have asked for meaningful access, but what good does that do? The damage has already been done to the integrity of our system and to the presidential election itself. That's what should be discussed. They've moved the goalpost now. Now it's not, we need to go in there and view the ballots. It's the damage is irreparable. They're not going to have a, they're not going to have a shot in the Supreme Court, I don't think. I don't think there's any way. I think that the margins for Pennsylvania are good enough that even if you don't count the votes that arrive after the election day, it's still going to be in their favor. He's not tweeting very much at all. Did he delete tweets? Look at the censored tweets. Yeah, we've seen this. Yeah, we looked at this during the last stream session, right before I headed out last time. No, you can't quote. You can't count all the votes. That's illegal. No. No. Yo, what's up? Okay. No, you can't do that. Good shit, people. Good shit. I love it. Gotcha. Thank you. Oh no. Baby invasion. Not now. I'm in the zone.
I know.
Beautiful, beautiful cat. Love ARTERY. From Lauren Chen, take note of the conservatives who have already given up on Trump or worse are currently cheering for Biden. Take note of the actual conservatives who have the stones to call out obvious fraud and who will be labeled conspiracy theorists by the establishment. I'm going to have to argue about this for 4 years, aren't I? For the entirety of the Biden presidency, I'm going to have to make this fucking argument over and over and over again. They're going to say it was a rigged election. I'm going to have to keep saying, I'm going to have to memorize the voter counts in every single state, every single county. I'm going to have to memorize all this so that every time they bring it up, I can humiliate them. You know what? You know what? I am so fucking excited because this is the stupidest shit they've tried to pull in a while. This is one of the most obvious, objective instances of them being wrong. All the information. This is a presidential election. All of this is being double, triple, quadruple checked. This is being verified. This is going to be so fucking fun to nail them on every time. I can't wait. I can't wait, baby. It's going to be 2023. I'm going to have 1.6 million subscribers. I'm going to be streaming from my yacht where I have a special custom satellite dish that allows me to broadcast commentary from international waters where the 57 states that have hits out on me aren't able to get me legally. And one day somebody's going to call in and they're going to raspily choke out from the other side of a terrible microphone. I just think that, when you guys stole that election, I mean, and then you claim that we're the anti-Democrats, and I'm going to lick my lips and I'll rub my palms together to try to generate some heat in the cold Atlantic air, and I am going to get right back to fucking work, baby. I'm going to get right to work. I'm excited, people. I love it. I love it when they die on the worst hills. This isn't even a hill. They're dying in a ditch, okay? I love it. It makes me so, so happy. I'm so excited, people. I'm so excited. Look at AOC's Twitter. Yeah, sure. AOC Twitter. I'm Googling it like a boomer. Can we get AOC on Twitch again, please? I'll do it again soon, but I need a nap maybe this week or next. Why would you show me that? Time to check my fucking email account for the 87th time to see if I have a reply from the Twitch... The Twitch overlords. Let's see. No. The answer is no. I do not. They don't email you, by the way, if they reject your unban request. They just leave it to you like a void in your heart. So that's cool. New results from Phelan County. Let me see. I don't care about what you've just shown me. It looks boring and gay. Thank you. Have you seen Cassandra Fairbanks going totally mask off? Let's take a look. Remember, people, if you jump on quote tweets, it only takes one person to ratio somebody else. They're going to move to Biden shouldn't be a president because he's a pedophile. Well, of course they're going to call him a pedophile. They call everybody a pedophile. That doesn't bear out much. That is the oldest trick in the book. Would you be invited to play with AOC anyway? Probably not, but at least then I would have, you know, I would know it's my fault. Trump telling his supporters to fight back in Pennsylvania. Is this the email? Yes, I have seen this, yes. All right, very nice. Why'd you get banned from Twitch? No reason. Not gonna lie, I miss when Vosh had 20K subscribers and it was actually possible to interact with my favorite streamer. Yeah, I'm sorry, comrade. Hey, listen, that is one thing that I do legitimately miss. It's the ability to just interact directly with chat all the time consistently. I do miss that, but you guys have to understand, more than anything else, I do prioritize the ability to affect change. And that can only be done by growing bigger. That's just a natural consequence of how things go. So, is there any actual evidence to suggest Biden's a pedophile beyond just being weird around girls? Nope. No, there's not. I think with regards to Biden, I think that Biden is just one of those like generally creepy, touchy people, you know. But he doesn't give me like the rapist vibe personally. Like Trump, Trump, friend of Epstein. Literally dozens of rape allegations against him, severe and convincing testimonies written about him, even in books about him. Like, that is no Epstein connections at all. Not from Biden, I don't think. No, wait, no, no, I don't think so. I drew Joe like you told me to. It's intensely unoriginal. Here we go. Fruit of our labor, people. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. President anti-malarkey action, Joe fucking Biden. Nicely done. What about Tara Reid? We've talked about Tara Reid before. I don't think that Tara Reid's rape allegations were well substantiated, and there were a bunch of inconsistencies in the story. So yeah, but we've been over that, and it's largely irrelevant now. But anytime that gets mentioned, it turns into a whole fucking thing, you know? Whole fucking thing. Yeah. Where's Virgin Trump? The problem with putting Trump in the virgin pose is that he's quite rotund, you know, he's quite portly, whereas the virgin is supposed to be very skinny, so it's difficult. You have to make some alterations. It takes a lot of time and money to you know. All right, we got a take from Peter Coffin. Let's see. Peter Coffin says the fact we can't have a left that talks like this is why we lose. Okay, and he links to Tucker Carlson. Now hold on. Let's listen to Tucker Carlson.
Pullman, I want to begin this show with a single image. Now, the image doesn't tell you who's going to win or lose tomorrow. Instead, it's a metaphor for the election itself and for the moment that we're living in and will continue to live in. The picture is from a town called Butler, Pennsylvania. It's 35 miles from
Butler.
The president held a rally there over the weekend. Butler's like a lot of places you'll find in this country once you head inland from the coasts. It's a former industrial town. They made Pullman rail cars there for many years. But it's been losing population for decades. There's still a lot of nice people in Butler. For 60 grand, you can buy a decent house there. It's a place you might be happy in. But our professional class is not impressed by Butler. They don't consider Butler, Pennsylvania, or places like it, the future.
Well, it's objectively not. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't know what he means by our professional class, Mr. Multimillionaire heiress. Fucking Ron Swanson. But when it comes to like the future of our American economy, it is objectively the case that the Rust Belt is not it. Like obviously. Oh my God, is Peter Coffin going to embrace this like hardcore populist rural towns? You're wrong. Rural towns are the future as more people start to work remotely. No. Oh God, no. Oh God. People. What? No. Hold on. Okay, we need to have a talk. Are you guys ready for the talk? It's time for us to have the talk, okay? Are you guys ready for it? You guys are ready for it, okay? All right, everyone needs to get ready for it, okay? Whether you guys like it or not, it is objectively the case that the future of this country is in cities. The reason why is because we have a service economy. And service economies, that is to say, economies where the industrial needs of the population are handled either automatically or from other countries, service economies rely on tight networks of high population density areas, which allow for people to interact with the greatest possible frequency. The problem right now is that in the Rust Belt, we have all these dying towns because industrial manufacturing has mostly left America. This is not inherently a bad thing. In fact, this is, I'm forgetting the proper term right now. This is a product of essentially inevitable economic forces. What we should do is we should learn to make smaller communities in America efficient, integrated, and a part of the modern world. But we should not act as though the development of small town America is the product of some sort of nefarious scheme by the elites to fuck over the little guy. This would have happened anyway. Absolutely, this would have happened anyway. Now, the fact that we haven't done more for small town America is a product in large part of classism and of city bias when it comes to economic development. But treating it as though, like, America belongs to, like, the small town little man and the big city people are like these contemptuous snobs looking down on them, I don't think that's good, and I don't think that's true. And I think, unfortunately, that tends to correspond to a lot of anti-intellectualism. This is so obvious, though. Doesn't everyone know this? No. There are a lot of lefties. Hold on. Mahoga Sawa. You gotta chill. You're getting banned, dude. Holy shit. You're malding as fuck. There are a lot of cities. Fuck, what was I saying? I really do have a fish brain. My God. There are a lot of lefties who fetishize small-town America. I don't think we should fetishize small-town America. I don't think we should fetishize cities either. We should recognize that urban and suburban development are a product of economic forces that are largely an inevitable outcome of technological advancements, and we should do our best to work around these changes rather than clashing head-to-head with them. But we can finish this. We can finish this, okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. One other thing, by the way. A lot of... Here. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to remember the hot take, by the way. Here's a good test to see if the leftist you're talking to is probably a racist. If when they think of working class, they think of white coal miner, they're probably a racist. Sometimes I get this vibe from Amber with Chapo Trap House, okay? The majority of the working class in this country has not historically and contemporarily been fucking Appalachian coal miners. It has been people of color working in inner cities, okay? So when you think of the working class and you go to think of like the Rust Belt or Appalachia or whatever, not to say those people aren't working class, okay? But when that's like what you think of when you think of the working class, that is a very, very indicative of a bias, you know? I generally think of fast food workers. Yeah, I do too. Fast food workers are the modern day working class. Why is crime higher in cities than suburbs? Because there are more people packed together in cities. Also tend to be a lot more poor people. What do we define working class as? Well, as a Marxist, working class would be just like just the proletariat. But usually when people say working class in the context of like the poor working class or like the rural poor, we mean generally people who are, not part of the labor aristocracy either. Hold on.
To them, places like Butler are embarrassing relics of a past best forgotten. The men of Butler may have built this country, and they did, but they mean nothing to our leaders now.
Why is poverty higher in cities? It's not. There are rural counties that have significantly higher poverty than cities. Do you mean why are there more poor people in cities? Because there are more people in cities.
You can be certain of that because when large numbers of people in Butler started killing themselves with narcotics, no one in Washington or New York or Los Angeles said a word about it. And so it continued. There have now been so many opioid deaths in Butler that a few years ago, residents built an overdose memorial in the middle of town.
Jesus.
MSNBC didn't cover that. So given...
What do you mean MSNBC didn't cover that? Did Fox News cover that? I'm sorry, wait, did Fox News cover that? Did you cover that, or are you doing it now?
All of that, it was interesting how the people around Butler feel about Donald Trump. Here are the pictures of the president's rally there on Saturday night. Tens of thousands of people came. So many people that the crowd obscured the horizon. It looked like a visit from the Pope.
Well, that can happen with a crowd of any... Wait. That could happen with a crowd of, like, 50 people, depending on your perspective. Okay.
When was the last time a political speech drew that many people?
All the time.
Well, the media didn't ask.
What?
Instead, they attacked the rally as a super spreader event.
I mean, it is. I can't see masks on any of these people, and literally tens of thousands of people have gotten COVID because of Trump rallies. Hold on. Butler rally. What was the size? Trump's Butler rally. Hold on. Oh, wow. If you look it up, the first link you get is a PolitiFact link debunking a claim that 57,000 people attended. No shit, that's not 57,000 fucking people. Jesus Christ. One Facebook post claims that the Trump rally held in Pennsylvania on Halloween had a crowd of nearly 60,000, which would make it Trump's largest rally either. Thousands of supporters attended the event north of Pittsburgh, but we found no evidence the number is as high as the post claims. No official attendance number has been released, but the Penn Township Police Department told us officers at the event estimated around 15,000 people. Wow, that's less people than showed up at the Bernie rally at the Tacoma Dome that I went to earlier this year. The Butler Eagle, the county's daily newspaper, reported that more than 10,000 people showed up. Yeah, about 15,000. Yeah, okay. Then they just made up the number 57,000. And here's Tucker Carlson claiming that it was the largest Trump rally ever. Yeah, there are more people watching this stream right now than were present at that rally. Sorry, Trump. Sorry, Tucker.
Trump endangers thousands in Pennsylvania.
True.
Okay, we'll leave the epidemiology to CNN. But the question still hung in the air.
What does that mean? Leave the epidemiology to CNN? Like it's some sort of fake science that's like saying leave the astrology to the Tinder, the TikTok witches or something.
Why did all those people come? Why? They must have known that Donald Trump is the most evil man who's ever lived.
Oh my God, dude. Republicans are such whiny fucking bitches. Oh my fucking God. They're such babies. They're such fucking narcissistic little crybabies, dude. Why'd you say listening to them talk actually reminds me of listening to like abusive partners, dude. You come up to them and you're like, hey, are you doing okay? And they're like, oh, you want to talk to me? Even though I'm the worst person ever? It actually reminds me of like abusive partners, you know? They're so insecure, they're so pathetic, they're so desperate for affirmation that they'll bait. This is compliment baiting. This is compliment fishing.
They've heard that every day for 5 years.
They have not.
They know that people...
I don't think rural fucking Pennsylvania workers are listening to fucking MSNBC every day for 5 years.
Support Donald Trump are also evil. They're bigots, they're morons, they're racist cult members.
True.
They know that Americans have been fired from their jobs for supporting Donald Trump.
True.
Not to mention kicked off social media.
Wait, who's been fired from their job for supporting who's been fired from their job for supporting Donald Trump? I've never heard that claim. I was just saying true, sort of reflexively. He just slipped that one in there. Maybe one guy out of the 330 million people who live here, you know? Generally indicative.
Media belittled by their kids' teachers, shunned by decent society. Only losers and freaks support Donald Trump.
Dude, okay, again, dude, so insecure, such snowflakes. It's insane. And by the way, it's funny that he would deride people calling the Republican Party and Trump supporters a cult when he's speaking exactly the way a cult would. Exactly the way a cult. Guys, you ever been to a cult? I haven't, but I've read up on some of the ways in which they function. People will tell you that we're conspirators. People will tell you we're cult-like. People will tell you the worst people around. Do we look like the worst people around? Then you give out a little Kit Kat, you know? People will say, you know, they'll shun you from society if they know that you ride with us, you know. They'll fire you from your job, you know. They'll tell you you're evil, but yeah, you can see the truth. Like, it's exactly the way cults operate. You hyperbolize the behavior of the outsider. You make them seem terrible and tyrannical and draconian, and in doing so, you cement people's group identity with the Republicans, with the Trump supporters. Because now, it's, by the way, it's in a very sad way, it's a form of enforcing Stockholm syndrome amongst these people. Because the goal there is to convince your average Trump supporter that even if they start to get doubts about Trump, even if they start to get doubts about Republicans, even if they start to question the whole thing, they can't leave. The intolerant, abusive Democrats will never take them back. They will never take them back. The goal is to isolate the individual so they have only one place to go. When you make hyperbolic claims like, and we're the evil party, when people are in a position where they recognize, or at least where they think they recognize, that the alternative, that being a Democrat or not being a Republican, would not only mean their obliteration, but also their social isolation, they have no choice but to turn to the only community they feel will accept them. Isolating is the first step of bringing people into a cult.
Trump. People in Butler knew all of that. But on Saturday, they went to the Donald Trump rally anyway.
How brave.
Why exactly did they do that?
Because they like Trump. What do you... How hard can you drag the rhetorical question? Because they like Trump?
We should be pondering that question deeply as we watch tomorrow's returns and as we live through the aftermath of them. Millions of Americans sincerely love Donald Trump.
Yeah,
they love him in spite of everything they've heard. They love him often in spite of himself. They're not deluded. They know exactly who Trump is. They love him anyway. They love Donald Trump.
This is a very weird way of talking about a president, by the way. This is not a normal way of talking about a president. By the way, speaking of cult language, this is not a normal way. Literally 2 minutes ago, they'll say you're a part of a cult. Now, you love Trump, don't you, people? You love him in spite of him. You love him because of him. You love him anyway, don't you? Yeah, this is not normal behavior here.
Because no one else loves them.
Point by point. Literally exactly what I just said. Isolation, nobody else will take you. And he's unironically trying to sell them the idea that Donald Trump, the most narcissistic man in all, like the fucking history of the US presidency, loves these people. He literally had like 4 or 5 consecutive rallies over the past week where he just abandoned his followers to hypothermia, to heat stroke, and just to meander out in the wastes while he left with no buses to come pick them up. He doesn't give a fuck about any of you. This is a cult. This is a cult. I just can't believe he would have the audacity of making fun of the idea that this is a cult when he engages in this behavior immediately afterwards. Yeah, is this what Peter Coffin wants? Is this the language that Peter Coffin wants from our Democratic leaders? I guess maybe this is the sort of stuff that people like Peter Coffin want. They want dear leaders. They just want ones that are waving hammers and sickles. I don't know.
The country they built, the country their ancestors fought for over hundreds of years, has left them to die in their unfashionable little towns, mocked and despised by the sneering half-wits with finance degrees but no actual skills.
Coming from Tucker Carlson. Wait, I'm sorry again. The heir to the Swanson food family, multimillionaire who simps for billionaires, who has openly said that when he picks a candidate to support, he never picks the idealist, he always picks the corrupt one, who said that he'll do anything the billionaires who pay him his checks tell him to do. Murdoch's little bitch, Tucker Carlson, the fucking boot boy of the establishment, unironically trying to pretend that he's looking out for the fucking common man.
Who seem to run everything all of a sudden. Whatever Donald Trump's faults, he is better than the rest of the people in charge. At least he doesn't hate them for their weakness.
What the fuck does that mean? Hate them for their weak... I don't want to get into like the first of all, the idea that Trump, who derides dead soldiers as losers and as failures, the idea that Trump isn't contemptuous of people he considers weak, a little bit strange. Second of all, again, this is such on-the-nose fascist propaganda here. The idea that the collective will, the struggle for strength, is one that must be that you must overcome, like the elite, the coastal elite. This is yeah, this is unbelievably unhinged stuff. But most popular TV commentator, you know?
Donald Trump, in other words, is and has always been a living indictment of the people who run this country.
As a billionaire who cheats on his taxes, was friends with a fuck ton of East Coast elites before he became president, and has done nothing but empower corporate power since he became president. He literally runs the country. He immediately got along with all of the neocons. The entire Republican Party fell in line. And he does absolutely nothing to meaningfully challenge corporate power.
That was true 4 years ago, when Trump came out of nowhere to win the presidency, and it's every bit as true right now. Maybe even more true than it's ever been. And it will remain true, regardless of whether Donald Trump wins re-election.
That he loves you, and nobody else loves you. Listen up, fucking Rust Belt workers, okay? Trump loves you. Only Trump loves you. Nobody else loves you. That's what makes him unique, and you love him too. You love him even though he's not perfect. You love him because he's the only one who loves you. Does nobody else get creeped out, like, listening to this? I know you guys who are watching do, but I just can't imagine there's, like, a strong base of Republicans who watch this and who don't get a little chill running down their spine as these multimillionaires coo soft words into your ear. Fox News didn't used to be like this. Fox News used to just be like jingoistic blonde people yelling into a microphone about how Saddam Hussein needed to be taken down a peg. This weird, creepy cult shit, this is a new direction, and it is very scary. And the fact that there are people who are actually falling for this shit, not good.
Because they failed. It's as simple as that. If the people in charge had done a halfway decent job with the country they inherited, if they'd cared about anything other than themselves, even for just a moment, Donald Trump would still be hosting Celebrity Apprentice. But they didn't.
What?
Instead, they were incompetent.
I like this too. This is the narrative. This is the narrative that Donald Trump never wanted to be the president, and the only reason that he became the president was to become the savior of America. This is like some QAnon boomer shit right here, like some Facebook meme shit. But yeah, this is like, this is literally like Dear Leader shit. This is, he just wanted to grill, but then he saw the corruption of America and it brought a tear to his eye. So our poor dear man president, he had no choice but to get up and to become the president of the United States of America.
And narcissistic and cruel and relentlessly dishonest. They wrecked what they didn't build. They lied about it. They hurt anyone who told the truth about what they were doing. That's true. We watched. America is still a great country. The best.
I got a citation on that? We're just going to vaguely say, I don't even know. He's being so vague. I don't even know what he's referring to here.
Best in the world. But our ruling class is disgusting. A vote for Trump is a vote against them. That's what's going on in that picture. That's what's going on in this country.
I'm pretty sure that if Tucker Carlson went up to your average Republican with a glass full of fucking Kool-Aid, they would drink it. They would just take it. They would drink it. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of something Soviet. And I'm not doing some both sides stuff. I don't really think anyone in my audience believes that Stalin was a left-leaning character. But it's something that he did too. This narrative that Donald Trump didn't want to be president, but he had to be to save the people. This is something they did with Joe Stalin as well. You know, the other Joe. The gist of it was essentially that several times they did this theater. Stalin would attempt to step down as, you know, supreme leader. And then, you know, the council, they would say, no, we need you. Stalin, we need you. And then Stalin would go, oh, okay. Okay. All right. You need me. I want to retire to a farm, but I'll stay. Yeah, they did the same shit with Hitler too. It's just a very, very common trope. It's an extremely common trope. The idea is that it's a way of downplaying the excessive brutality of a leader. You indicate to them they're not power thirsty, they're not power hungry, they're not, you know, voracious tyrant. They're reluctant to be in power. Yeah, Caesar rejecting the crown. Yeah. Authoritarians do this time and time and time again because it makes it look as though they're not actually power hungry, even though Donald Trump says he wants to win. Even though Donald Trump has literally said that he wants a third term because he feels his first term doesn't count because of the Russiagate investigation. This guy isn't power hungry. Yeah. This thing where you turn down the power, or in Trump's case, because we live in a democracy, if he turned down the power, he actually would turn it down. Because if he resigned, that he resigned. So he can't do that. Instead, rather than him saying it, his fans have to make up this narrative about him. They have to make up this narrative that he's this reluctant leader. And on him, they impose the same narrative that the old tyrants imposed. But the saddest thing is, at least with the old tyrants, they were the ones to do it. For Trump, they're making it up for him. The Trump supporters are so desperate for tyranny, so desperate to live under that boot, so desperate to live in that cult, that they are making the narrative up, making the justification up for Trump. They're doing it for him. Good. That's a good segment right there. Impromptu. Wait, somebody said earlier, did Hassan said he disagreed with my Tim Pool tweet? Is that what happened? Or the opposite? Does anyone recall? How has America come to this? I just don't want to die. I mean, that's just how dying empires go. Finish her? What's happening? What's happening? Ah, the classic Trump support. This is the woman who was like, if Trump's gonna lose, then we should hurt everyone on the way out. You know, ignore Hassan until he follows you back. Hassan followed me back on Twitter the same day I had a falling out with Destiny. This is the classic cope, by the way. It's close enough to a ratio. She's on Parler? Of course she is, dude. They're all on Parler. All the fucking far-right fascists. Sean Connery supported the center-left SNP. Oh, well, that's nice, I guess. You forgot the BS Peter responded to the video? Wait, did he say additional stuff in addition to the stuff that I just said or looked at? Stop! Fuck off. Okay. Hassan mentioned possibly having you on the show yesterday, but it's complicated because of Twitch. Yeah, unfortunately, I can never do anything with Hassan until I'm unbanned from Twitch. It's deeply unfortunate, but that's life. Hassan is now your biggest ally at Twitch. Well, Hassan is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, so just by default, Nate Doomering on Arizona. Okay, let's take a look at everything. Holy fuck, you people are going to give me a migraine. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Apparently being blocked.
Rashida Tlaib is calling Tucker Carlson a white supremacist. Good. True. Trump supporters chanting Fox News sucks.
Chanting Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks. The reason why they're chanting that is because Fox News called Arizona for Biden yesterday, and a lot of people are angry about that. We have not called Arizona. A lot of other organizations have made that decision not to call Arizona. It is much too close right now, but this is a scene outside of the Maricopa Election Center, and we're going to keep an eye on what's going on here.
Nice. That's base Trump supporters. No. When Trump supporters are criticizing Fox News, the Fox News is not the one that is more wrong there. Oh, God. Yeah, this is right-leaning purity politics. Actually, this might end up being a decently good shot for us. See, guys, what is the one force in America that might actually be more powerful than latent white supremacy? Real lefties are going to know. No, it's a real answer. That's right, capitalism. Corporatism. That's the one thing. So if it turns out Trump supporters, or at least the more extreme Trump supporters, end up getting so radically, voraciously fucking anti, quote-unquote anti-establishment, impractically white supremacist, I think there are a lot of corporations that aren't going to take to that. See, here's the thing, and this is where capitalism can actually play out in our benefit. Temporarily. Not permanently, but temporarily. People say capitalists are willing to kowtow to fascism if it keeps their bottom line together. Is that true? Answer, yes or no, is that true? Will capitalists kowtow to fascism if it keeps their bottom line together? The answer is unquestionably yes. Here's the harder question. Will capitalists kowtow to fascism if it hurts their bottom line? Well, now it gets a little bit more complicated. Probably not, no, actually. The majority of this country is not Republican. The Trump cult is voracious, but it is not a majority of this country. And for that reason, you have seen corporations support Black Lives Matter. Now, is this real support? No, of course not. It's virtue signaling to get more money, obviously. But why, and I have to ask you guys, why are corporations so willing to, in a shallow way, support Black Lives Matter, Pride Month, trans people? Why? Because they know who the larger market is. They know where the money is. And let me tell you, folks, the money, it's in the cities. The money is in the multicultural communities that are pumping out new tech, service economy jobs. The money is with the young people in the long run. The investors. The money is with the people who are going out there and spending. Long-term future trends are not going to be appealing to a minority of white suburbanites who have fucking lawyer jobs and police officer jobs. In that respect, capitalism has the potential to temporarily act as a stopgate against fascism. Temporarily. Of course, all bets are off once there's a real chance for socialism in this country, because as much of a threat as fascism may be to the bottom line of corporations, socialism will always be a much greater one. When are we allowed to defend ourselves from Nazis lashing out? When it works. Pennsylvania within 2.6%. Pog. There's some funny shit on poll right now. Yeah, how about we take a second to chill and we just go on a poll, a little poll spree. How about that, huh? This is a video from Styx Hexenhammer. Trump has clearly won the election, but the elites don't respect that. I just listen. I know. Styx, I know you're triggered by the idea of debating me or even being on a call with me. I know you were so afraid of that you made a video preempting an excuse to not have to ever do it again. Or, sorry, ever have to do it in the future. So I'm not trying to, like, upset you here, but I really need to know why you choose to dress this way. I'm not, like, shaming you or anything like that. It's just so strange. It's so strange looking at you. How does Styx look again, cross-dressing? Wait, Styx Hexenhammer, cross-dressing. Here we go. Look at this. Styx, you already found your calling. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, you know, the personal aesthetic, I feel like I feel like you already, like, nailed it, you know? Is this really Styx? That's the same glasses? Those no, those are the same glasses as in other pictures I've seen, not the same ones as here. I feel like you've nailed it. I just want you to be your best you. I don't know about this. This is less, I mean, maybe it's less my thing. I don't know. I don't know. If I had to choose. Yeah. You know, I thought fascists were all about aesthetics. Okay. All right, sorry. We're not body shaming, okay? We're not body shaming. What are we looking at here? Okay, Nate Silver, sorry, is being Doomer. You have something in your mustache? Do I? Did I have like a crumb in my mustache? I didn't see anything. Did I get it? Okay, I don't know. I didn't see anything. Like a red crumb? Okay. For the time being, if you made the mistake of calling Arizona in the first place, you don't want to be you don't want being part of what gets Biden over the top to 270. So that leaves out being calling based on Nevada. Georgia plus Nevada is possible, but Georgia looks so close that it might be recount bound. So it looks like Nate Silver's not confident about the longevity of Arizona. We're going to have to see. Poll threads? Yeah. Biden general and poll? All right, let's take a look. Do you think there will be infighting amongst Republicans? Yeah, there's going to have to be. We're going to have to split between the Republicans who try to move on past Trump and the Republicans who double down. it's possible that their party might not dissolve, but the party might like split pretty significantly. They are saying that Georgia is done counting and it's red. I don't think that's true. The United States has no inherent value beyond its white population. Oh wait, hold on. This might be good. Whites should leave America. What is America except a patch of land and some buildings? We aren't even from there. The economy is an imaginary thing. There aren't any factories or production left in America. It's just fake numbers moved around on computers. N-words, S-slurs, Jews, and all the rest think they want control of the USA. Well, the USA only has value so long as white people are propping it up with their minds and labor. If all white people left simultaneously, the country would fold overnight. Well, that is true if 50% of the population of a country... what is the S? Spick! You stupid pieces of shit. Obviously, you fucking morons. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it is true that if more than half the population of a country leaves overnight, it would probably lead to that country collapsing. I will own up to that one. That would be nice, though. Can you imagine, like, a white nationalist exodus over to, like, fucking Norway or something? You thought it was shit? The S slur? When have I ever not said shit? Jesus Christ. I don't actually know what that means. It's a slur for Hispanic people, but I guess it's not as ubiquitously used as the N-word online, so maybe people wouldn't be as familiar. Wait, hold on. What is this? Although the Whole Foods revolt against Trump wasn't as dramatic as we may have expected, it comes through for Biden in Chester County, PA. Biden now ahead in Chester by 16.5 points with 305,000 ballots counted, way more than enough. Clinton won it by 9.4 points with 270,000 cast. Wow. I think PA might be ours, folks. I think PA might be ours. You know what would be amazing? What if you guys, instead of just giving tweet links, what if you said what it was? Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be fucking incredible. Wait, what? John Doyle's again? Whoa. What did John Doyle say? No, my little baby proto-Nazi. What did you say? What did you do? What happened? John Doyle's 100% a Nazi. I wonder if he lost his mind and just started, like, fucking talking about the Jews or whatever. I have no idea. What is this? High-level insiders are telling me they plan on pulling the plug on websites such as 4chan if Biden wins tonight to prevent the spread of disinformation. Delusional. Pull the plug on 4chan because Biden wins. Didn't the Quartering have a video out like that? It's not going to happen, dipshits. The Quartering had a video like that. They were like, oh yeah, if Biden wins, it'll mean deep censorship of the internet. 3,200 people voted for Kanye. Nice. In Iowa? Very nice. Okay, we have a James O'Keefe thing to look at. Apparently this is why. What happened? What happened? He was organizing a protest against voter fraud in Michigan. Ah, I see. Okay, listen. I somehow doubt this was the only tweet shown, but I have a feeling, even if this is it, I need all my Michigan people here tomorrow morning. Spread the word. It's time to mobilize. I don't know. I feel like there was other stuff accompanying this, which might have indicated perhaps a more violent intent here. That would be a guess of mine. I could be wrong there. Oh, go for it, Dango. Cops have trapped protesters on a freeway. Okay, I'll look at it in just a second. Thank you. First, I want to take a look at this Project Veritas thing. Let's see.
These Republicans want to help.
So wait, Imagine how 3 million plus views. Imagine how many this video would have if Twitter wasn't doing everything imaginable to stop the spread of information. Voter fraud is real, and Veritas has the tapes to prove it. Okay.
Biden too?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm getting paid to do. My people are undercover because some of them are Republicans, some of them are Democrats. So some of my Republicans are precinct chairs that cannot be known because they could get kicked out, but they want to help the Biden. For the entire team that I'm looking at 50.
Okay, yeah, that's not illegal. If there are Republican officials who want Biden to win, that's their right as American citizens. Also, consultants don't have to disclose their clients.
55,000.
So $55,000 for 5,000 votes confident they get eager Biden.
That's right. Cash.
I don't know. This is probably fake. Like, all of this is probably fake because we know what they're like. We know that James O'Keefe lies about fucking everything. But even so... Oh, wait. Buying votes is illegal under both federal and Texas law. Wait, what here indicated they were buying votes?
Help the Biden. For the entire team that I'm looking at 55,000.
So $55,000 for 5,000 votes confident they get eager Biden.
That's right.
Eager Biden? There's no indication that this is buying votes. Wait, 5,000 votes for 55,000? Wait, hold on for a second. So does that mean they're going to give $11 to every single individual there to vote? So she's illegally selling votes? You can't sell votes. Guys, you can't direct how a population of people vote. This isn't how selling votes works. Apparently she admitted to lying. Oh, hold on. Well, it doesn't even matter. I lied. Woman at center of vote fraud accusations speaks out, says none of it was true. The undercover video was released Monday on Project Veritas. In their story, they showed this undercover video of Rodriguez claiming several candidates had paid her money to engage in various forms of voter fraud, including helping harvest ballots here in Bexar County. Ballot harvesting is when a third party gets a complete ballot and delivers it to an election official or post office. The accusations were wide-ranging, including ballot harvesting, but also included buying gifts for voters, persuading them to change votes. It was just conversation, like the BSing. They were pulling me and I was pulling their strings, and that's how I saw it. Little did I know what they were doing, but I knew something was wrong and I just went with it. Now Rodriguez claims it's all a lie. Okay, yeah. I don't care about any of this. At all. By the way, buying 55,000 votes for $5,000 would literally mean like paying $11 to 5,000 people. There's no way to compel a group of people to vote in a given direction. When you vote, you either mail it in or you do it at a ballot box. Nobody else can know who you voted for. There is no way to know. There is no way to know who you voted for. So how do you buy a vote? How do you buy a vote exactly? Oh yeah, give me $10,000. I'll vote for Donald Trump. Yoink. Go over to the ballot box where nobody can see what I vote and nobody will ever know. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Thank you, MAGA. Buying votes doesn't work like that. You never met a vote dealer before? Yeah. Hey, SA, want to buy some vote? Yeah. That wasn't me being racist. That was me making fun of racist people. Thank you. I was making fun of racist people. It was satire. Thank you. Can we focus? Can we focus, please? All right, we have debunked Project Veritas. Thank you. Okay, Lauren Chen, how you doing? If you're in any of these states, Freedom Works is holding rallies tomorrow in your states to protect the vote. Make sure your vote and your voice aren't silenced. What? Who's okay. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Is this from our conservative? What is this from? Deport all dupe. No, wait. Is this from the Trump.win or the Donald.win? With 2,000 upvotes. Deport all doomer accounts now and stop listening to Fox. They're all run by the GOP establishment. They're designed to make you feel demoralized and defeated so you'll stop supporting Trump. Then Trump will be forced to concede Can the GOP establishment and Bush family win? When the Bushes win, they'll take over the GOP and try to win 2024 by promising amnesty to illegals. This is their plan. The plan is to oust Trump even if Trump won, but they're terrified of Trump's base. So stop listening to Fox and stop listening to Doomers. Stand with the president. Oh, wow. That really hurt my throat. I shouldn't have committed to that, you know? One line or two in, I was feeling good, but, you know, now that I've done the whole thing, I have to say I'm really not as confident about the, you know, the viability of that entire bit. Whew. Okay. Okay, we're getting our functions back. Okay. What subreddit? I think this is the Donald.win. Basically the Donald on Reddit, except they moved it to a separate site so they could keep doing the Nazi shit. Ah, yes, here we go. Here come the dictator claims. Fuck them, you won, Mr. President. Stay in office because you're not going anywhere. This may sound unoptical, but a dictatorship under Trump sounds badass. King Trump sounding pretty good right now. 12 more years. It is unoptical, but it's time to stop pretending people actually care about optics. They clearly don't. It's time for the Trump monarchy. I'm all in at this point. I don't need to hear another Democrat argument. They're finished. Right-wing death squads win. Chairman Trump. See, this is why they moved to a separate website, because Reddit TOS it was eventually, they were so bad that even Reddit had to get rid of them. Here is John Doyle. I know John Doyle has a YouTube channel. Can we get through these links so we can get to this protest thing, the protest cop thing? What is this?
Hello there,
what is this? It's just a video of John Doyle. I know John, like, I know what John Doyle is. He hasn't released a video in a little while. Why I'm voting for Trump and why you should too. Oh, that's so cute. Look, the thumbnail says the bipartisan case for Trump. Really? Do you think he's going to make a bipartisan case?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I have been firing on all cylinders for the last 5 years to stop this man. There is a reason that even his own administration has been against him and trying to subvert him. And
I know Trumpers are fucking crazy, but the argument everybody is trying to stop him is not actually a good argument in favor of a president. All right, what are we looking at here? Police in Minneapolis have kettled upwards of 1,000 people on the freeway and have begun making arrests of trapped protesters. They've stated that everyone attending the protest is under arrest for unlawful assembly and public nuisance. Oh, well, now that I'm seeing this, this actually looks pretty okay. You know, now that I'm... I mean, oh, damn, malding. They can't even join in.
These officers are laughing.
Black people keep dying. Get your attention. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Do you guys call Bob Kroll Robert, or do you call him Daddy? Disgusting. Which one? Disgusting. Which one?
Disgusting.
Daddy or Poppy? Daddy or Bob? Which one? They're all little pictures of the front feet. Oh, Poppy.
Go up to this front of this blockade. Let's see what's happening. Haven't been up here for a little bit.
NA police. Do we have more news out of Georgia? Tim Pool coverage. I don't know why I clicked that. Why would you even link that saying Tim Pool coverage? Like, I wasn't even that interested in Tim Pool coverage. I was just clicking it idly because it was the first link that I saw when I returned to looking at chat. Like, if you were gonna bait me, like, that may have worked, but it wasn't the most likely way to bait me. I'm honestly insulted that you were able to bait me with such low quality bait. He mad. Yeah. Okay. Georgia double runoff. Are we getting a double runoff? Is that true? Another big Fulton vote county update. 28,000 votes just got counted. Holy fuck, these margins, dude. Look at this. Dude, look at this. This is more than 80% to Biden. Going to Biden. Jesus fuck. Man, did they save all the fucking blue ballots for last? Or did they pile that shit up? Jesus Christ. This was 3 hours ago? Not for me. This is 6 minutes ago in my time zone. You're on the East Coast. Please check this. Oh, from our conservative. Can you imagine Trump tying or winning due to faithless electors? Assuming Biden and Trump hold their respective leads, Biden it will have a 270 to 268 advantage. But the actual electors still need to cast their votes to make things official. It's not like this is unprecedented. Damn, dude, very, very pro-democratic, you know? Very pro-democratic. What if we lost, but we just won anyway? Nate Silver says we might lose Arizona. Yeah, we'll see. If you want to, from now on, if you want a link to be clicked on, you need to provide a description of what that link contains and not just say, you should look at this. Oh, wait, I've already seen this link from Nate Silver. Yeah, he's not confident about Arizona, but he hasn't said it's going to go red. Did I see what Hassan said about my tweet? No. This might seem crazy, but do you think it's possible that after Biden wins, he might do something really, really bad during his term and some Bernie or busters are going to unironically defend Trump and say he wouldn't do this? Yes, in fact, that's going to happen all the time. Like, unironically, that's going to happen constantly. I can't wait for it. I can't fucking wait, dude. When Biden's president, every single time he does anything remotely bad, which is going to be like most of the shit that he does, the Bernie or busters are going to be like, yeah, wow, glad this guy won, you know? Non-stop. Non-fucking stop. Oh, that's funny. Look. This is from Breaking News. Breaking News report. Joe Biden will drop out of presidential race. Breaking news. And then from yesterday, underneath it, editors note, this tweet above is from 2008, not tonight. This is being noted because this tweet is being tweeted by some users tonight as if it was new. Again, the tweet is from 2008, not 2020. That's pretty funny. Vosh, aren't we supposed to do that to Biden? We can criticize Biden without pretending that Trump would have been preferable. Here's how many ballots are left in Georgia. Let's take a look. An hour before midnight, Trump's ahead in Georgia by 31,000 votes, just 0.65 of a percentage point. About 91,000 ballots remain uncounted. Fulton has 24,000 ballots remaining and says team will keep on until everyone is counted. DeKalb expects to finish by the end of the night. We're going to see which way Georgia goes tonight. Oh, God, what if it ends up going so fucking hard? What if it ends up going so blue that we don't even get a fucking recount? Oh. Ashton Antaras. There you go. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. You're a real king or queen or whatever. I don't care. Conservative Reddit is coping. Sure. True. Undeniable. Black conservative is real good points.
I'm at a point where I don't care who wins. It doesn't matter. What matters is whoever wins have to accept the fact that they're the president of the United States, not Republican, not Democrat. You represent all Americans, and you should do what is good for all Americans, not for your party.
That's O.J. Simpson, by the way. I mean, it's an enlightened centrist, you know, griller take, but I mean, God damn it. Historically accurate recreation of... I'm not looking at this. That's going to get me copyright striked. Fucking Dragon Ball Z copyright gods are going to come for me. Gosh, look already, Jesus. What did I say about providing context? What we need to know. Biden needs 17 electoral votes out of Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, PA, and North Carolina. Nevada, he's up 6K. This is 26 minutes old. Arizona, he's up 80K. Georgia, he's down 32K. PA, he's down 170K. It's going to be tight in Georgia, but I really think PA is going to come in pretty goddamn hard. Texts? Oh, God. Yes. Yes, if you're watching, by the way, and you're enjoying me react to a fucking bevel of links being thrown my way, then please consider subscribing to the channel. We got just a deluge of subscribers today, and we passed 170, we passed 171. We have actually passed 172,000 subscribers today. That's fantastic, because the number of subscribers I have divided by 1,000, 270, sorry, not 170. The number of subscribers I have divided by 1,000 is equal to the number of electoral college votes Biden's going to get. So right now, Biden is guaranteed to get 272 electoral college votes. But if you subscribe, we can bring that up. We can bring that up to 273, 274. We bring that up high enough, we're going to start finding ballot counting errors in Florida. We're going to take Florida back, baby. We're going to get Florida, okay? You keep going up and up. Blue Texas. Reality will bend to accommodate my prediction, okay? But only if you subscribe. That is the only instance in which this will work. So you gotta be careful about that, people. Just make sure that you don't get me past 538,999 subscribers tonight. Because if you do, we're going to have ourselves a constitutional crisis, okay? Up to 538K is fine. We get Alabluma, okay? But past that, we get trouble, okay? We get trouble, people. Whew. Then you unlock socialism, but evil socialism, dark socialism. What is this? You people link me the dumbest shit. Why do I take my earbuds out? I don't know why I ever take my earbuds out.
If the Republican Senate candidates get scared that Trump is dragging them down.
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of
water. Big. This is so fucking boomer, dude. Okay. How's Poll doing? Let's take a look at Poll. Very, very boomer. Delinky, you find it your own damn self, you piece of shit. Trump already counting for a recount in Georgia. Trump team to file for recount in Georgia. It's happening, baby. They wouldn't file for a recount if they didn't like the result. Oh, fucking baby. Wait a second. Is this real? This is a tweet from 2016. This is when Trump won the election. Is this real? This is the worst picture of Trump I've ever seen, and this is the official picture that they used? That's look at this. He looks like a turtle. He looks like a boil being squeezed or pinched at the end. This is the official picture that they used? This is from Associated Press. This isn't from some random Twitter account. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures of Trump. Just here, he looks McConnell-esque, you know? Yeah, he does. He does. I know they tried to get a picture of him smiling, but it just looks like somebody's pinching off like a shit, you know? Don't disrespect turkeys by comparing them to him, okay? Come on. I should probably keep this off the screen because President-elect Donald Trump being on the screen, people will think it's for today. No. Would I ever debate the quartering? Yeah. You know, it sounds mighty terrifying, but shucks, maybe I could whip up the gumption one day, the bravery I'd need to have a debate with the quartering. It'd be a tough one though. Oh god. It's happening. Georgia is going to flip. Yeah, no shit. They wouldn't ask for a recount if they didn't know it was going to flip. Caitlin Bennett called Shapiro a fake conservative. Well, Caitlin Bennett's a neo-Nazi, so yeah, that'd say that about Trax. Did you see there are now more QAnon supporters than black Republicans in the House of Representatives? That is fucking amazing, dude. I'm glad they're representing their party interests, you know? You know, there's a infographic that I saw once that showed the demographic breakdown of elected Democrat officials, and it was actually really representative of the population. Like with the number of women, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, it was actually pretty proportional, pretty representative of the American population. And the Republican Party is just all white. It's just like all white dudes, you know? It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Who's my pie in the sky debate? I want to debate. Well, I don't want to debate. I want to go on the Joe Rogan experience. That would be a fucking dream. You know, I heard that Joe Rogan during the election coverage said that he wanted a sociologist to explain to him why rural areas vote Trump and why urban areas vote Biden. And I know it's really a long shot, and I mean, I only have a bachelor's degree, but it'd be pretty cool to have an opportunity to talk about that, especially because I can, you know, bread pill that topic pretty easily, like the forces of capital and how they allocate the different regions and how that leads to consequences that are experienced differently by different demographics and that, you know, that kind of stuff. You don't need more than a BA to chat with Joe Rogan. Well, yeah, my credentials just aren't as impressive. How big is Rogan's audience? Joe Rogan's audience is probably... Joe Rogan makes careers. Joe Rogan makes careers. I'll say that much. Yeah. Doyle tweet? I saw Doyle's tweet, yeah. He's signaling some organization. Tweet at Rogan? I'm not going to tweet at Rogan. I'll send an email. What is this? This is from Steven Crowder. What the fuck is this? Here's only part of what we got on Michigan ballot. Security issues. Look fishy to you? Tweet this out. What is this? What? Is it because he's black? Unironically, what am I looking at? Is it because he doesn't have like an armed security detail around the votes that he's got? I assume this is votes in this container. Is that it? I guess. Somebody took a picture of the count. Wait, is this seriously just... I don't know what I'm looking at. Is it just because they're black? I legitimately don't understand. I legitimately don't understand. Is this because there aren't security details escorting every vote? I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't understand. The coolers, it's literally just food. Yeah, these don't even have to be ballots necessarily. This could just be food. Like, we don't know. This is nothing. 12,000 retweets. Oh, sorry, 12,000 likes. What am I looking at here? I'm genuinely baffled. I'm genuinely baffled. Is Steven Crowder having a stroke? Is he, yes, this floor is made of floor. Floorgate. Yeah, they've been in panic mode all day. Is this just them like breaking down? Are they like flop sweating right now? Like, we gotta get something out there. Is this like a hallucination? Is this like I'm seeing eye puzzle? Like if I squint and look at this, am I gonna see like a pattern appear in the fucking floor or something? I don't know what I'm looking at. Wait, hold on. There is minimal security in videos of no checking, a swift change with people bringing large coolers, wagons, and bags with no bag check. What? Wait, do they think... Wait, do they think every container is searched on the... This isn't an airport. What are they talking about? This is Floorgate, people. It's Floorgate. I'm sorry, folks. How can you look at this and not understand? How can you look at this and not understand? How can you look at this and not be made aware of the fundamental corruption of the Democratic Party? How can you look at this and not be aware? Look at this. Do you see how reflective those floor surfaces are? Reflective like they haven't been walked on. Walking on is how you get to the place to vote where you vote. Nobody voted here, folks. Nobody voted here. These votes were flown here from Soros's mansion. They were flown here from Soros's mansion. Nobody voted in America here. Not here in America. It was from Soros and Antifa. Antifa paid off the airport to allow the plane in. No security check. These floors, nobody's walked on them. These floors, were these floors made in America? Can I get a check? Can I get a check on where the tiling came from? I can tell from the reflective index of these floor tiles that these are made from a kind of basalt that's common to the Chinese provinces, you know? I've been to China. I see their floors. We're all losing our minds collectively, aren't we? Fuck me. Fuck me, dude. Fucking insane. Ian Miles Chong is malding over you once again. Not surprising. Let's take a look. I have to, by the way, he's a huge pussy and he blocked me, even though I, like, never really interacted with him, so I have to look at him through incog. The left isn't going to stop with a Biden victory, if in fact he wins. They want you dead. Because I said the Republican Party is our enemies. Dude, again, Ian Miles Chong literally posts pictures of people getting brutalized by the police and says good. Like, Ian Miles Chong fucking revels. He's such a cry bully, dude. He's never set foot in America, and he jerks his sweaty little fucking cock off to videos of police brutality, and then he starts sobbing. Anytime he'll block you if you make fun of how he looks, by the way. He'll start sobbing the nanosecond anybody says, hey, fascists may be the enemy of a free society. He's admitted to being a fascist, by the way. Yeah, fake British accent Andy. Went on Fox News to talk about how he can't get a girlfriend, Andy. Yeah. So they banned John Doyle for tweeting this, apparently. This is the thing. Fraud in Detroit. Proof of mail-in ballots being used for people born in 1900. This was sent in by an observer. We're mobilizing tomorrow morning in Michigan. Stand by for details. Wow! So he got banned for doxing voter registries from a picture that was taken illegally at a voter counting station. Oh, well, wow. By the way, I didn't want to show that on stream for too much, but the Snapchat tag line for that with like the Snapchat like caption was right here it is. I just got kicked out. So the person who took that picture had to be forced out of there. So yeah. So that's a deserved ban right there. Shouldn't that get him a ban? Yes, he was banned. Doxing is a criminal offense? No, that is not true. Doxing is not actually illegal. Incitement to violence is illegal, but doxing is not illegal. Maybe Alilaro. Alilaro? Crystal Ball giving her takes. I'll take a look. I found Delinky for the representation. Ah, yes. Oh, I think this is it. Wait, hold on. Yeah, here we go. This is actually crazy. Oh, this is where I saw it. Yeah, from Data is Beautiful, an occasionally entertaining subreddit. Look. Demographics of the United States Congress. And then on the left, you have Democrats, on the right, Republicans. And then in the center, you have the United States population. And for each of these, religion, race, sex, take a look at which party better represents America. Who is the American party? For religion, the largest chunk is Protestant for the Democrats. Then you have Catholics, and the next largest chunk is Jewish. Over here for the general population, we have a large number of unaffiliated people. There are very, very few atheist people in government, unfortunately. I don't even know if we have an openly atheist congressperson. We have a don't know. We have a couple of don't knows, apparently. Over here in the Republicans, it's just Protestants and Catholics. So, yeah. For race, America is like 2/3 white. Then you've got Latino, Hispanic, Black, Asian, Pacific Islander. And that's pretty much the same between Democrats and the actual population. Look, these two are astonishingly similar to one another. Then you've got the Republicans. White. And then when it comes to sex, the Democrats are about 2/3 male, so not perfectly representative. The Republicans are like 9/10 male. In like every measurable way, the Democrats are just more of an American party, you know? They're just more American. Let's get a Contra on Joe Rogan. Not if I can get on first. 4chan reacts to 2020 election maximum cope. Holy fuck, you people are linking a lot. Trump is allowing armed agents into ballot counting venues. He's going to attempt a coup. Oh, no. Armed agents are allowed in ballot counting venues, Justice Department tells prosecutors. Former officials expressed fears the department's legal interpretation would allow federal investigators to intimidate vote counters or interfere with their work. Nice. Well, we'll see how that goes. Thankfully, it looks like the vote count is trending in our favor very, very quickly. So if they want to engage in interference to prevent vote counting, they're going to have to do it soon. The rest is going to come down to the Supreme Court ruling on recounts. There's a law that already says Trump can't do that. We're going to see. Damn it, I can't look at the Coke compilation because there's copyright music over it. Here, let's appreciate a good meme from Destiny. Joe, we're gonna lose Florida. Listen, Jack, we're not aiming for Florida. Stupid. Fuck. All right. What's that on my nose? That is a cut from my cat. It happens. Oh, wait. From the poll cope. This is what will happen in a Biden presidency. Guns will be confiscated. Postnatal abortion and child euthanasia will be legalized. Bestiality will be legalized. Age of consent will be lowered. Funny, because Republicans are the ones who keep fighting against changes to child marriage laws. Disbandment of police force. Based. Parole for all black criminals. I really... The thing that I like seeing the most is that usually when I debate racist people, their racism is contained just barely enough that they can sound somewhat rational when they're trying very hard. You know what I mean? But on pull, all these people are mentally ill. So when they're racist, it's they have no ability whatsoever to contain the insanity of their statements. So they actually believe like there will be a selective like blacks only fucking pardoning or something like that. Could you share that meme on Twitter? You mean the Destiny one? Well, you could go to... I'm sorry, Destiny's friend. Well, you could go see it over there. Pennsylvania election hopium meme. I love hopium. Stupid. Dave Rubin pushing conspiracy theories. Oh, right. Dave Rubin has me blocked, too. Damn, dude. I'm getting a lot of use out of my fucking incognito shit lately. No more memes. Stop. Check this out. Trump is apparently very sad after watching the news. Is he? Really? Aww. CNN's Dana Bash says a source tells her Trump is feeling down and starting to see this slip away. And the saddest part is, even if he loses, his favorite vacation island is no longer operational. It displeases me, yeah. We'll see how Georgia goes. Breaking Georgia news. What's this? Collins. The next update from Georgia's Secretary of State will happen tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. What? What? Whatever. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Oh, by the way, we've got really fun stuff coming tomorrow. Wait, did I respond to that email? If I remember correctly, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. If I remember correctly, tomorrow we have two cool things we're doing. Two other people stuff we're going on. First of all, at I think 9:30 a.m. PST, I think, I'm being interviewed by David Pacman, which I think will be interesting. And so that should be live, though not on his Twitch, I believe. Yes, Pac-Man from the video game. And I believe, hold on, I need to confirm. Did I send a confirmation email? That's not how you spell that. I believe I'm going on. Wait, it was today? Well, nevertheless, we'll be seeing David Pacman. Okay. No, David Pacman is tomorrow. The other thing was actually today. I was going to go on a Russia Today no bullshit election podcast with some other guests. So that would have been fun. That would have been like a debate panel. Fuck. Yeah, that would have been amazing. Fuck! Hold on, let me apologize. Hold on, all right. I'm a very professional political commentator, you know? I really do need to get somebody else to manage my emails. No, 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 Hyena, no, 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 no. Hyena, you're gonna do some gay shit. You're gonna be like, no books this week, because this week we're gonna go picking flowers. You're too invested in my free time. We need to get a secretary who wants nothing for me but ruthless fucking growth, okay? We need a secretary who despises me, signs me up for terrible shit. By the way, you care if I live or die? No, just let me see it, not manage it, so I can remind you? Okay, okay. How much you paying? More than you could afford. Wait. 1 million subs win? That's a great question. Hey, folks, if you feel bad for me, for missing what would have been a really cool Russia Today debate podcast, probably with a bunch of fucking crazies, the only way you can make me feel better is if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's true. It's true. That's the only way. I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, really? There's nothing else. I couldn't send you a positive or friendly email. I couldn't drop a dono. Nope. I have enough money. I have enough emails. Okay? What you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the only way. The effect it'll have on my mood will be determined by how much of a number change there is when I refresh this page. Okay? So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. I'm happy. Thank you, folks. I love you all very much. Thank you. I love you. You are all tweeting so much. Not tweeting, sorry. Linking so many tweets. Fuck. Stop. Oh, there is something that I wanted to check while I have my mind on it. Since I've been so fastidious in encouraging people to subscribe, I wonder what effect that's had on the percentage of viewers that have been subscribed versus been unsubscribed. I wonder how that looks. Hold on. Reach. Views. How many of my views come from subs? Let's see. Shouldn't it say that here? Engagement audience? Is that 76.2% of my watch time comes from subscribers? Interesting. In spite of me consistently saying over and over and over again, sub if you're enjoying the stream, that kind of thing. In spite of that, the percentage of people who watch me who aren't subscribed hasn't changed, which means that my general viewership is growing to accommodate the fact that I keep relentlessly shilling to you guys. That's really, really awesome. Wait, I wonder how quickly these update. Wait. How quickly do these update? Okay, really quickly, okay? Social experiment. I want to see if this updates. All of you who are watching right now, we'll be done. We'll get back to the proper stuff after we're done with this, but let me have fun. 1 second. Everyone who's watching right now, okay? Ring the bell. All notifications on for my channel. Ring the bell. I want to see if the percentage changes, okay? Just ring it. You can turn it back off after. Okay? Just ring it. Okay, did you do it? Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 seconds. I want to see if there's a change. With this many people watching, as long as you guys participate, there should be at least a fraction of a percentage chance. Okay, let's try. No, it does not update. It does not update immediately. Alas. It does not update immediately. Now, you don't have to unring it if you don't want to. I mean, listen, you can unring if you would like, but you don't have to unring. It's not, I mean, it wouldn't hurt you to keep it rung, you know. It wouldn't hurt you. Go to live sub count. Well, I can see my sub count. Okay, hold on. Let me take a look at the Fox News stream. Give me some Fox live election coverage, please. Is Fox still streaming? Live. ABC, NBC, USA Today, NBC again. Is Fox not streaming anymore? Kind of wanted to see how they're doing. ABC News. Cab View, USA Today. No, it looks like it looks like that is not the case. All right. Twitter scrolling it is. Yeah, I saw the Keemstar Copium. I did. All right.
Moore has also said that he doesn't think a Muslim member of Congress should be allowed to be in Congress. Why? Under what provision of the Constitution?
Because you have to swear on the Bible. When you are before, I had to do it. I'm an elected official, 3 terms. I had to swear on the Bible. You have to swear on a Bible to be an elected official in the United States of America. He alleges that a Muslim cannot do that ethically, swearing on the Bible.
You don't actually have to swear on a Christian Bible. You can swear on anything, really. I don't know if you knew that. You can swear on a Jewish Bible.
Oh, no, I swore on the Bible. I've done it 3 times.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've picked a Bible, but the law is not that you have to swear on a Christian Bible. That is not the law. You don't know that? All right, Ted Crockett.
I don't know. I know that Donald Trump did it when we made him president.
Because
oh my God, I actually haven't seen that clip. I don't care if that's old. Fuck me, that was so fucking good. More satisfying than any cum shot. That stupid fucking Look at this. Look at this childlike confusion, dude. Look at this guy. Look at this. You have never in your life experienced head empty as much as he has right here. Look at him. He is just void. He is vacant. He doesn't know. He has no idea. Head empty. No sad.
Day, no matter where we end up, that we'll be able to have a very big say or even run the floor when it comes to policy.
Last night, Speaker Nancy Pelosi downplayed her losses.
It's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality of leadership.
There could be quite a bloodbath ahead among Democrats. In the House, the expectation was they would gain seats, including in places like Texas. And in the Senate, this cycle was supposed to be the opportunity to regain the majority, with Republicans defending tough seats. So far, Democrats in Congress have not lived up to the hype. Shannon?
Okay.
I mean, when they're right, they're right. Unfortunately, that is true. Here, wait. Let me get the YouTube embed. It's a little less obnoxious. Or perhaps not. Okay.
They believe will help put more money in their pockets. Joe Biden predicted a long, hard winter in the final presidential debate a couple of weeks ago. We presume he was talking about the possible coronavirus pandemic extension and not what's looking like a tough legal fight shaping up over the results of the presidential election. So let's debate these cases and what's going on with Fox News contributor Jessica Tarlov.
What an interesting pair of head shapes.
Count lawyer from the Bush-Cheney 2000 legal team, Alex Vogel, and senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Hans von Spakovsky. Thank you all for being with us tonight or this morning, wherever you may be.
These two both look like characters from a fucking, like from Caroline, or like from a fucking, what's his name? The guy who made Nightmare Before Christmas? Yeah, they look like they're characters from a stop-motion animated film. Yeah, Tim Burton, yeah. Is anyone else getting that feeling? Coraline, yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so Lawrence Tribe tweets this. It's now clear that no monkey business will rescue Donald Trump from a decisive electoral defeat. Guys like me can stop worrying about another Bush v. Gore. Oh, the Trumpsters will sue and scream and make stuff up, but they'll fail. I can finally get a good night's sleep.
True.
Alex.
Well, I think it's a little early for any of that. First of all, at this point in the process, the votes are going to be counted. Then the campaigns will decide whether or not they're within recount margins, or they can go to court if they see problems with the administration of the election. But to get from there to the Supreme Court is a long way away. So I'm not quite convinced we're heading to Bush v. Gore territory. It's certainly reasonable for the campaigns to look at how things are going, and certainly within their rights to request recounts if they're within the margins allowed by the state.
Hans, you and I talked about this earlier today on my podcast, Living the Bream, that's out there. If people want a more extended 20-minute conversation about this, we were really able to get into some of the minutia. But here is something that Bill Stepien, who is the Trump 2020 campaign manager, had to say today.
Wait. This can't be true. Hold on. Hold on. I need to independently verify this. Sorry, wait, hold on. Hold on. I don't think it's true. Damn. Somebody linked me this from a Forbes article where they're talking about how Ben Shapiro is often publicly humiliated. And I was in a screenshotted tweet there, but I just looked up the actual thing and I don't think it's real. Yeah, damn, that would have been so much fun. Wait, is this the right article? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, viewonforbes.com. I actually can't find any article that has this exact text. Maybe I can, hold on. Let me, Forbes, for Shapiro, public humiliation. We're looking for... Wait, is this it? It's real! No, it's real! Star Wars director Rian Johnson takes the time to mock Ben Shapiro over The Last Jedi tweet. Yeah, baby! Give me those petty victories! Ah! The trained attorney first rose to prominence by quote-unquote debating fresh-faced college students, utilizing easy victories and clickbait headlines till he gathered enough traction on YouTube to enter the mainstream, surfing on a tsunami of jokes made at his expense. And then they bring me! Ah, yeah. We did it, boys. I'm now officially on the Forbes list. I think that's how it works. I'm now officially on the Forbes list. It's true. We made it. We made it. We started from the bottom in Beverly Hills, and now we're here. Okay, sorry. This is a meaningless and petty victory, but I'm going to be happy about it nonetheless. Thank you. President's son demanding the Department of Justice investigates the Project Veritas claim. God fucking dude, Project Veritas gets so fucking astroturfed. No wonder Project Veritas is so influential. Anytime James O'Keefe like shakily takes a video of like a ladybug walking on a fucking railway, fucking every single conservative pundit screams to the rooftops and gives him exclusive interviews. What is this? Breaking. Michigan USPS whistleblower. Details directed from superiors. Backdate. Late mail-in ballots is received November 3rd, 2020, so they are accepted. Maricopa is closing due to unrest caused by people protesting the vote counting. That's great. Love a democracy. Well, they'll stop counting because people are protesting the count. That's cool.
Actually, something that shocked you this morning.
Oh, we got the deep throat voice.
We issued a directive this morning to collect any ballots we find in mailboxes, collection boxes, just outgoing mail in general, separate them at the end of the day so that they could hand stamp them with the previous day's date. Today is November 4th, for clarification.
Who is your boss, and what is his title?
Jonathan would be a direct supervisor, yes. As of right now, he is the opening supervisor for the Barlow Branch Post Office. So and this is anecdotal, carrier down in another office said they watched the postmaster doing it. If it were just a typical day, it would be clerks doing it up at the distribution center.
So 8 p.m. election day, November 3rd. The Court of Appeals ruled ballots have to be received by that time. And what were you told?
To separate them today so they could mark them with yesterday's date and send them through the express system to wherever they needed to go.
This appears to be an attempt to circumvent Michigan law and allow late votes. And you said there was a...
So the evidence here is that they recorded a guy. So here's a question. The Department of Justice should investigate a recorded fucking Zoom call with no information, documents, or leaks, but just one guy saying something illegal happened. The Department of Justice should investigate that. Like, that guy could be literally anyone. That guy could be James O'Keefe. The guy with the deep voice, that could literally just be James O'Keefe. There's nothing else here. That's what we need the Department of Justice working on right now. Especially since the last big scandal from Project Veritas was completely discredited and they literally offered people $10,000 to lie on camera, to act. Why are they so obsessed with Michigan? Well, because they want to win. Maricopa is stopping their vote count due to the pro-Trump armed protesters outside. That is so cool. That is so cool. That's some NA democracy right there, boys. Sorry, we wanted to get the election results out, but our poll workers are fearing for their lives because there are Trump supporters with guns outside, so we're just gonna chill for a bit. Can somebody explain to me why these people aren't being tear gassed? You know what? Actually, I have a better. It's a better tweet. Hold on. You know, we're gonna do a different tweet. We're gonna do a different tweet. Did we run out of tear gas or what? Sorry, your right to protest, as far as I'm concerned, stops when you are physically intimidating poll workers trying to fucking count votes. I would say that is a point where your protests have tipped over into being an incitement of violence against people who are fulfilling a necessary function of our democracy. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 27K Andy. We hit a record of like nearly 38,000 yesterday. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got from poll? BLM burns down cities, loot businesses, you mean? And attack people. This is a mostly peaceful protest and police stand by. Trump supporters peacefully protest to demand votes be counted instead of strangely delayed for no reason. This makes you an extremist and heavily armed police are called to stop you. Nice. They have such a victim complex, dude. This is in reference to the Maricopa County election. protests. First of all, the police were actually called to the Black Lives Matter protests. As I understand it, no tear gas is being thrown at the far-right protesters. Second of all, protesting police injustice is not the same as protesting fucking poll workers. Jesus Christ. I love 4chan, dude. Comfy National Socialist thread. Come on in here, Anon. Have a seat. Welcome to the Volkshalle. Let's get a comfy Nat-soak thread going. Post posters, speeches, art, books, and whatever else you have on National Socialism. Wait, hold on. I wanna. What brings these people comfort? Let's see. We'll go at it one at a time. Okay, let's go through these pictures one at a time, for funsies. We're not going to, of course, we're not going to go over anything that has gore or pornography for reasons that should be fairly obvious. So, first of all, we have how every single person in all of human history who's ever held power in America is Jewish. You can tell because there are Jewish stars next to all of them. Are they actually Jewish? I don't know, but I've seen this image a million times before, so it must be true. Let's see. Boring. 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 Here we go. We've got the LARP den. The LARP zone. Trumpers. Stop making being trans your whole personality. Also Trumpers. Like, you guys joke, by the way, but, like, I would never, ever want to live in a house that was, like, decked out with, like, communist regalia or some shit. That's so cringy, dude. Yeah, the fucking LARP zone. Yeah, that would be so dumb. Why can't I have, like, a personal identity? But they're not a fan of that. They don't like personal identities. Let's see. Nazi architecture is good. This... Doesn't Paris have, like, isn't... This is literally just like a main promenade with buildings. Okay. I assume this is recreated with clay because I imagine all these buildings got bombed out. Paris and Berlin have similar architectural styles. Well, yeah, they're I don't know, both European. I don't know, I think it's pretty boring, personally. Some stream-friendly pull cope. Pull cope censored. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Not just bombed out, the building at the very end of the road was never built. Wait, they never even finished construction? They never even finished construction? Okay. Let's see, we have some more anti-Semitism. Oh, here we go. National Socialism. It has survived the flames of war and the tempest of vilification because when war has done its worst and vilification has run its entire gamut, National Socialism remains, in the final analysis, synonymous with higher man's will to survive, his instinct for health and strength, his desire for beauty in life, and as long as that will, that instinct, and that desire remain on this earth, National Socialism will remain indestructible. That is some amazing cope right there. That's a nice way of saying we were in power for all of a decade before getting fucking obliterated by every other major country in the region on Earth. And have since then have been utterly despised and ineffective all around the world. Guys, remember what happened to the Golden Dawn party in Greece? Those fuckers are getting biggest Nazi trial they've had since fucking Nuremberg. We gotta have an historian on to talk about that. There's a guy I want to bring on. Check Senate race in North Carolina. Just link it, you fucking animal. Good content on the Donald.win. That's also going to be good to check. In fact, oh, Caleb Maupin said something? We're getting a Maricopa update in an hour. I'm not going to be streaming in an hour. I am going to be ending soon because I made a promise that I have to keep. I will, of course, be on tomorrow. Do you think Georgia's going to flip blue? I think it's going to be incredibly close. Maricopa County.
All we see is Democrats. Are you Republican or Democrat? The only people working in this building.
Yeah, we saw this. We saw this a little while. What's Caleb saying?
Biden. Joe Biden. My name is Al Gore. Please don't do what I did and concede the election to a Republican. If you do that, you'll have to make documentaries about global warming. And that is boring. I know. Hang in there, Joe.
I will confess that I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. I'll admit he stumped me. Can't slop in the Maupin. Yeah, I will admit I am confused. I feel like by engaging with Caleb Maupin and occasionally making reference to him, I have doubled the number of people who know about him. I feel like I'm being irresponsible in some way. It's an Al Gore impression. He was making an Al Gore impression. It was a little ambiguous from the beginning when he said, "This is Al Gore." All right, let's see what we have from the Donald.win. A really bad one? I don't think it was that bad. I mean, if somebody just did that impression, I would get they're going for Gore, yeah. Who is Al Gore? Okay, hold on. What do we... there's no porn here, right? Yeah, Donald.win. I don't think they're doing the porn thing. Okay. Project Veritas, Michigan USPS whistleblower details. It's time to identify these fucking traitors. Is this just Veritas? It's Veritas. Okay, there's Veritas, yeah. The entire world is waiting on you, and you're going to take a nap? Wait, what? They're making fun of the vote counters for stopping, but the vote counters are stopping in Maricopa County because Trump supporters are menacing them outside the fucking polling station. Okay. I mean... I didn't see that! National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's not funny, but... Isn't it? I'll do it again, I see. They're chanting in Arizona protesters to keep counting. Well, yeah, of course, we want them to keep counting because we want every vote to be counted. Democracy is not good for Republicans. We will win Arizona, and then we will make it stay. And then sue for Michigan and Wisconsin because fuck you. All right, nice. These are some boomer tier memes, dude. Holy shit. Okay. We hear claim the state of Michigan. Results MAGA thread. All you peds keep fighting. Victory is certain. This is going to be a rough fucking day. This is going to be a rough week. A rough life for MAGA hats. Holy shit. Do not go gently into the dark night. Rage against the dying of the light. New quote-unquote batches of ballots are still being quote-unquote found in Georgia, according to election officials there. They are slowly but surely stealing Georgia. Oh, shit. They're onto us. Oh, wait. Apparently the drop for Georgia is coming at 11. So in 27 minutes? Oh, shit. Wait, no, they're on wait. They're on standard time. They're on standard time. Sorry. No. So this isn't going to be in no. Fuck. So this is going to be at yeah, 1 hour. Yeah. In 20 minutes. Wait, right? Wait. No, it's in 26 minutes. Wait, what time zone is Arizona? Wait. Arizona time zone. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, yeah, 26 minutes. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, then we'll wait. We'll wait for that drop. We'll wait for that drop. GPS can prove many quote-unquote mail-in votes were not mailed or handed in and are fake. Wait, what? Every USPS carrier is tracked by their handheld device, accurate GPS data logged. Most regular mail scanned/photographed coming in PO. They are asked to scan mail at random addresses. What? Is this a text screenshot? What? What does this mean? Absolutely nothing. All of us already went out there and voted, didn't we? Time for a hot cup of tea, kick back and wait for the end of Western civilization. And then it's downvoted because people are calling him a shill for high energy gang, hold the fucking line. Things are getting violent in Oregon. Okay. Arizona rally tonight. Everyone's staying up late again. What's going on with the Senate and the House? I thought we'd win both, no question. Wait, this guy thought they'd win the House, no question? Dude, fucking MAGA hats are in such a impossible fucking void. They're in they're on another planet. They're on another planet. Absolutely insane. Wait, Arizona doesn't follow daylight savings? Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay, so at 11, 24 minutes. Okay, yeah, 24 minutes. We'll hold out. We'll hold out. Hold the line! I swear to God, we're watching House of Cards level fraud right now. And we have a bunch of spam. I'm never wearing my mask again, Lamau. Jesus Christ. Give Trump your energy, he will take Arizona. Very good. Wait, can we go back down to an original thread, please? Wait, is that it? I don't know how this... Let's go to a previous one. Previous MAGA thread. You always got to give the previous one. Didn't Biden already take Arizona? There are some people saying that Arizona isn't as guaranteed as they seem to expect it was. Fox reporting they found 40,000 more votes in Georgia, assuming they aren't misreading the 60,000 that I've been seeing. Pelosi and Soros aren't going to take chances and leave it to PA. But Tucker Carlson said so. Yeah, the suicide prevention hotline is linked on the side, and it's got a little crying Wojak because they definitely aren't making fun of the people amongst them who might be mentally ill. Update from Maricopa office. Let me take a look. Staff at Maricopa County Elections Department will continue our job, which is to administer elections in the second largest voting jurisdiction in the county. We will release results again tonight as planned. We thank the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office for doing their job so we can do ours. God, can you... The reality we're in right now, where the police are actually supporting us. I mean, not supporting us, but like... God. It's not over. It's over in the sense that Trump won. He just has to fight all the cucks who say he didn't, just like last time. Trump is going to win in almost every state once they see how bad the voter fraud is. Somebody paid these pollsters, China/Soros. They want a civil war, don't fall for it. I want civil war. We have to get the scum out of our society. Yeah, but we need to go after the media, colleges, and big tech for selling out to China. Bingo. Deep tech, the mainstream media, and deep state cabals are the first to go. Send the Democrats to live with their peaceful voters in the same neighborhoods, and the problems will take care of themselves. I too crave a boog purge. I want to kill all the commies. Yeah, good stuff. No, it is the beginning. Nobody and nothing has galvanized Western sentiment like this presidency. Nothing baptized us like the Soviet-level gaslighting of the media. In every fucking country, there's no going back. Resistance is the new normal. Stop shoving black pills in your anuses for a few minutes and take some time to remember that even back when there was no challenge to the establishment, in 2000, Al Gore didn't concede his election until he took his challenge of the outcome all the way to the Supreme Court. He gave up on December 13th. It's almost November 6th, and I've seen over a dozen videos of ballot counters putting Trump votes in the special counting bin. Keep calm and keep sending the pics and videos to every quote-unquote journalist and news network. Oh, I like that. They actually had the decency to put journalist in quotation marks. Okay, that's nice. Until they are forced to address this. High energy for this man. There is no legitimate reason why Donald Trump is losing with the unprecedented amount of support he's had at the official rallies and those made by regular people like you and I in the sea, on the roads, in the air. Hasn't Donald Trump always had a pretty low approval rating? Like, pretty fucking low? It's high amongst the Republicans, but, like, for the country, it's been pretty goddamn low. Yeah. Hell, for the past few weeks, he's had the best approval ratings of his presidency, 5 or 6 points above Obama at this time in his 8 years. Wait, what? Hold on. Trump approval rating over time. As of October 2020, President Donald Trump's overall job approval has averaged 40%, the lowest average in recorded history. Well, there you go. We can take a look. Historical comparison for every president since 1937. Trump's highest approval rating was 49. Obama's was 67. His lowest approval rating was 35. Obama was 40. And the average for Obama was 8 points higher. George W. Bush briefly had a 90% approval rating. That was after 9/11. Why am I so low on the camera? Because I'm chilling. But Bush also had a 25% approval rating. Damn. That was right at the end of his presidency. The 5th of October, the 12th of October, and the 2nd of November in 2008. Damn. 25%. But Trump still has the lowest average. George H.W. Bush had an average of 61. Eisenhower had an average of 65. Roosevelt an average of 63. Yeah, but Trump is the lowest. Kennedy had the highest with 70.1. Look at Truman. 45.5. 87 to 20. Oh, shit. What happened in... This was at 2 points. 1951, 11-16, and 1952, 02-14. Well, I'll look at that later. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Yeah, easy to get consistently high approval rating when you get fucking murked. Dude, this is so fucking stupid. I don't know why, but on YouTube, where I look at, like, the YouTube chat and analytics and stuff, I feel like somebody's pulling a prank on me. I'm actually, like, losing my mind over here. Can I show this without, like, revealing any terrible info? Okay, I think I can. Can you look at this? Look at this. This is insane, okay? Somebody's playing a prank on me. They're making the text smaller and smaller for where my viewers and likes and chat revenue is. I don't know when this started happening. I didn't do anything, but as you can see, they're like somebody in the NSA is like cranking the text size right there. See, to the right of the video player, smaller and smaller, and now it's like at a size 7 or 6 or something like that. It's tiny. I can't zoom into the window without breaking the rest of the proportions of the web page. I have no idea. It's not a zoom in, zoom out thing on the page, okay? The eyeglass in the address bar next to your faves. No, Jesus Christ, I know how to zoom in and zoom in out. Oh, you people are going to trigger me. If you zoom in, it makes the relative YouTube chat window larger and it obscures the information I'm looking at. I know how to fucking control fucking scroll wheel, okay? The eyeglass is only there if the site zoomed in, zoomed out. It's zoomed in right now, White Nervosa. It's actually supposed to be further zoomed out. I have actually made it easier for myself. Show us again. Fine. Here, look. Okay, I'm not showing anything weird, right? Okay, here. This is it. This is the window size I normally have to have it at. This is it at 100%, 110, 125, 150. As you can see, it eclipses the fucking view count. The chat takes precedence. Pop out YouTube chat? No, can I just have my text size back? Please? You people are being mean. All right, punishment. Since we're going to be ending stream soon anyway, I'm going to read some donos. Fuck you. And as with the rest of our election coverage streams, I will be reading them very stringently. Hypermode Art with a very kind $10. Yes, I'm delighted to see that Puerto Rico's bid for statehood has passed, but unfortunately there is no obligation the U.S. government has to fucking respect it. Sterling Alice with the $20. I was brainwashed by Jimmy Dore-like mentality. I was not going to vote till I found your channel last month. I love your political takes, and you've made me lean more socialist than I've ever thought I would in the past. Fuck yeah, comrade. Thank you. I find that the best way to radicalize people is to be sensible with them. I don't think that, like, super dogmatic, hyper-Puritan politics is a good way to get people to consider socialist, socialist ideas. Because it turns into, like, this really emotionally invested thing. Seriously, though, I really appreciate that, comrade. Yes, Arizona could be lost. That is entirely possible. Blood Tinge Proto, thank you very much for the incredibly kind $30. Boost that pack, baby. Second Thought, a bread tuber, has over 1 million subs. Oh, that's true. That's true. That is true. Maricopa count is delayed 30 minutes. Oh, I'm not. No. I have to go 10. We're going to finish donos, then I'm going. Fuck you. Hellstone Netic. Yeah, pretty much every country on Earth except for America does not want Trump to win in America for reasons that should be pretty obvious. Thank you for passing another certain politics gamer streamer in subs. Thank you, comrade. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be alive. Why don't you have anarcho-Bidenist shirts, bro? I would have made anarcho-Bidenist merch, but by the time I get it out, it's going to be outdated, so. You know? Thank you again to everyone who's been incredibly kind and who's donated. I really do appreciate it. If I was able to, I would respond to every single donation, but I understand, and I hope you understand. Realistically, that's just not possible. SX Laughter, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, comrade. Bart's the man, thank you for the $20. It has been very, very stressful. There's no denying that. Joe Quid with a very kind $42. Hey Vosh, had dinner with my MAGA sister-in-law and brother, had to bite my tongue to hold back laughter at their apparent aggro. Lol. Yeah, Trump supporters got a big old chip on their shoulder, you know? Kings and Generals, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. I did show the YouTube plaque, so I assume you saw that. Also, blue name, please. Oh, Kings and Generals. Wait, you're in my chat now. Hold on, yeah. Kings and Generals, yeah, of course. Let me where's the thing? Go back, users, search. King. Oh, wait, I'm using the wrong search function. Users. There we go. Kings and generals. VIP notable. Get him in there, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. Sake with the $10. I really need that study on astrology and authoritarianism. Yeah, I don't think it's a study. I think it was just a test developed, but I think there was theory that informed the development of that test, and it's possible that theory is academically oriented. So I'll have to take a look into that. There you go, Kings and Generals. Hey, you look beautiful in your beautiful blue. Fit for a king or a general. Hey, hey, Aria. Thank you for the kind donation, comrade. All right. I miss when Vosh would read every donation of $2 from Prasadis John in its entirety. Sake Tanuki, we've come a long way. But prices have to be paid, unfortunately. Prices do have to be paid. Svensk, thank you for the tier 3 sub. True! Imagine unironically being Swedish. Can you imagine? Whew! Can you imagine, people? Zach Fanzine, hopefully I will sometime soon, comrade. I do check my Reddit really, really, really frequently. Thoughts on the Venus Project? I don't remember. What is the Venus Project about, guys? I forget. Session tomorrow. I don't doubt you think that. I know there are elements of superstition that are not inherently authoritarian, but I do believe they're all cringe. I'm sorry. I have to hold true to that belief. Spicy Project Veritas? Oh, okay. Well, what are you going to do? Vosh, you have some feces on your nose? Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Can someone call it for Biden already? I'm tired. I'm tired too, comrade. I'm tired too. Styx Hexenhammer looks like a reject solid snake. Very nice. One vote for Joe Biden, please. Yeah. I love you guys. Sorry. I am legitimately quite tired. I also need to eat more food. Those are both things that are true. And we are catching up with donos, of course, though I'm not reading as much as I would like to. Tate Robinson, thank you very much for the $5. Happy to keep you sane to the best of my ability, comrade. I really do appreciate that. Seriously. That was sweet. Thank you. More footage from the ballot counting protest. We'll see how this all turns out. Nice try, Fried Egg Designs. No more shilling for you, okay? Shout out to my boyfriend Can and my NB friend Hannah, who I'm watching with. I introduced them to your content, and they watch it even more than me now. Love y'all. Well, I love all of you as well, comrade. Jesus. You all are incredibly kind. I'm really glad. Nothing makes me happier than when I hear people say that they introduced me to their friends or their family. It's crazy. Because I'm, you know, like... Because I'm a niche interest, I think, though I'm admittedly a rapidly growing niche interest. So it's always surprising to me when people feel comfortable recommending me, you know? You never know what kind of wacky stuff I'm going to do. Oh, by the way, guys, do you want to see something just delightful? After D'Angelo Wallace, a drama YouTuber, posted a video calling out Blair White, Blair White has plummeted even more in subs. Blair White is now down to 965,000. Blair White actually removed her Instagram post where she celebrated hitting 1 million subscribers. I hope YouTube didn't give her the plaque too early because she is fucking kerplunked. Who knew that all it would take to get rid of Blair White, well, or at least to hurt Blair White, wouldn't be like political coverage, but like drama YouTube, you know? Dude, nearly 10,000 lost just yesterday. Thank you, Tofu Goblin. Hey, Kanye, what's up? Oh, yeah, let him in. Let him in. Yay. Well, pigeon! Damn it! Wait, kick Artemy in here. Thorax, I'm sorry. Being a Republican means having a constitutional inability. Yes, we know. A constitutional inability to understand how the election rules work. He's not moving? He's not moving? What are you doing? What are you doing, you little fucking Lazy ass. He's just sitting there. He's a loaf. He's just a little fucking bread loaf over there. Bread loaf. What are you doing? Oh. Oh, there he goes. Ooh. Oh, little baby. You want to be with me as I finish donos? Yeah? Absolutely you do. Gotcha. Ooh. Ooh, little baby. Alpha Nor, thank you so much for the incredibly kind $25. Yeah, no, Arizona can go red, but with PA and Georgia looking favorable, and I still think Nevada's going to go blue. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good about this election. Matt Armstrong with the incredibly kind $50. Happy to keep you sane. Happy to keep all of us sane. It's been good for my mental health too, even if it has been very tiring. Thank you so much for the incredibly kind donation. I really appreciate that. Likewise to you, Gypped, and his tail's wagging, which means he's annoyed. But you're not getting let down, no? Because you're not so annoyed that you're fighting me. Nope. Would I ever talk with the Red Scare podcast? I can't imagine a conversation with anybody from the Red Scare podcast would be particularly productive, but I would do it. I mean, I'm not opposed. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yep. Those claws are out. This is not an effective means of escape, just so you know. New York 449, thank you so much for the $10. I hope you enjoyed your live streaming. It can be a ton of fun, albeit fairly tiring, you know? Uday, thank you for the $20. Thank you for the donation and for sticking around. I really appreciate the viewership. You are so bad at escaping, Bumby. What? Yeah? That's how you're doing it, huh? Yeah. Little fucking moron. You don't need to worry about getting it. You got the door then? Yep, stream's pretty much done. Yeah? Absolutely beautiful. Just delightful. A flower for your troubles. Thank you very much for the $20. Do you think Joe Biden will be good for the economy, and can you elaborate? My boyfriend has an oil field job, and he says Biden is going to take his job away. I'm a fan of yours, by the way, and value your opinion. Well, thank you. There are 3 big points why I think Joe Biden will be better for the economy, not even in a socialist sense, just in a general, like, life being better sense. First of all, getting COVID-19 under control. That's essential to getting the economy functioning again. Second of all, Joe Biden doesn't want to just immediately eliminate the oil industry. Investment in green energy has the capacity to create more jobs than we can even begin to imagine. And third of all, Trump's destructive tariffs have hurt the American economy and hurt American workers pretty significantly. Getting rid of those is probably a good step down the line. Gordy Jingle, thank you very much for the $10. Delighted to hear that your mom is a fan of mine now. I'm a fan of your mom too, if you know what I mean. Thank you. Folks, I made a promise that I'd be done at 10, and that's what I'm going to do. Listen up. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Also, early on tomorrow, I will be speaking with David Pacman. I'll keep you all updated on that. Thank you very much. I love you all very, very much. You beautiful people. Beautiful people. Vosh, Georgia. There's a Georgia update in 2 minutes, though. Ugh. Fine. 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 Here, 2 minutes.
Paul Gosar, the Congress.
No. I've seen this. Oh, yeah? He's trying to leave. He's trying to get the fuck out of here. He's annoyed enough. He's trying to leave. Yeah? Stupid little piece of shit. You're staying in here till I leave, you stupid motherfucker. Dumbass piece of shit. Stupid fat ass baby bitch boy. Fat tail big blumby baby motherfucker. You're staying right the fuck there until I say you are. You're gonna sit right there, and you're just gonna stare at the door like a little dumbass. Little dumbass little bitch boy. Little bitch baby. That's what you're gonna do. I love Artemis so fucking much, dude. I have never cared about an animal so much. Oh no! Rescue. Yes, while we wait for the Georgia results. Hello, you significantly less attracted little fucking meat sock. Hello.
Yep.
Woo! Oh, that was a good shot. Camera focus. Pigeon, look. Pigeon. Camera focus. No, pigeon and camera at the same time, please. Pigeon, look at the camera. Woo! Yeah. No, don't look at... Ah, whatever. Little fucking rat chicken, little fucking chicken baby. Stop! You're not getting hurt. Nah, she's good. Little baby. Who's she sniffing? Yeah? Do you like the mic? I imagine it probably smells a little bit like my breath because I talk into it all day. What the fuck is that thing? It is a hairless cat. She looks like she's crying because she's a... Do you lotion that cat? We bathe that cat. She looks like she's crying because she has a little eye issue, but it's nothing serious. Ooh. We're trying to get her more accommodated to being held, but there's something on her nose? No, there's not. Just... Ooh. Ooh. She needs sunscreen. They do get sunburnt if they're in the sun. The thing that really sells them is how friendly they are. Little babies. Little baby. Okay, do we have the Georgia shit? Give me the Georgia shit. Dude, look at the most recent post on the Donald.win. If Trump wins, I think I'm going to buy a rabbit as a pet. But then again, I don't know if that's a good idea, / if they're good pets. Okay, that's kind of nice. I mean... yeah, that's cute, I guess. They're late. Very cool. A man named William Bradley died in 1984 and sent an absentee ballot this year in Detroit, Michigan for Joe Biden. Proof? Is that proof? Georgia numbers here. Nope, that's from 30 minutes ago. That's not the recent one. I'm not clicking on the GitHub thing. Oh, look. Yeah? Pigeon? Wait, hold on. Wait, Pigeon. Sorry. You can be my co-host. You're very short. Ah. They delayed the results. All right, I don't give a fuck. Check you all out soon. Bye-bye!